So can you give us a recap? There was a guy still right in the second floor.
Yes. All right. So if you guys are ready, oh no, this is the book I was writing about the thing. Uh, where am I?
And this guy's
Sessions.
not dead either.
Here we go. So in the first session, our newly joined party of mercenaries and a bard were tasked to enter an uncovered ruin in the Digout to the west of Narem and retrieve an item called the Blade of Woe. They purchased some
Whoa.
provisions while their remaining coin and with their remaining coin and set off for their mark. On their way, they noticed signs of someone following them, but paid little heed as there seemed to be no present danger. Upon arrival at the town of Rockridge, an old abandoned mining town sidled up next to the Digout quarry, they chose to investigate the town after the sun had set behind Rock Hill. They saw no traces of any activity until they heard a squeaking door that signaled movement. They regrouped and investigated, but found little besides a trapped box that nearly blew the bird apart and did some minor shrapnel damage to the dwarf and the bard. The noise apparently had attracted the attention of whoever was hiding out in the town, as they found themselves ambushed in the streets by a group of 9 rogue-like individuals. In a deadly encounter that nearly brought them to their knees, they fought for their lives. In the end, with the aid of a wizard that appeared from the old road, the party won out, with the 2 of the 9 of the assailants unaccounted for. Bleeding and bruised, they now lick their wounds as they search for the remaining rogues. So, in the previous encounter, you guys were left with a pile of 7 bodies, mortal wounds upon yourselves, very low on resources and life, and you are now deciding what to do next. You keep in mind that you have the wizard, unnamed and unintroduced, still in your midst, and one of the roguish individuals had disappeared up the stairs last you saw them, and one had run down the streets to the south, disappearing.
I am going to go upstairs.
All right,
Are we
Melturge,
still in initiative order?
No, we're not in initiative. We're not going to be in combat for this. I'm not going to bother moving you around on the map. It's just we're going to do this in our minds, just for expedience, so we don't have to move tokens around and shit. You head up the stairs. Melturge, you see a sort of loft room with a couple of desks and a couple of chairs and a couple of crates and a bookshelf, but you do not see immediately any signs of the rogue, but there is a door that leads into presumably a bedroom or some other adjacent joining room. Uh, if you'd like to look for him, you can make a perception check.
Sure. No one is like down, right?
What is?
None of
One
us.
is down.
No one is currently unconscious, no.
Okay.
All right. You do not see any signs of the rogue in here, besides, general dishevelment, things being knocked off the desk in hurried movement.
All right. I'm gonna go knock on the door.
Okay, you knock on the door.
Damn it.
Too many knocks. You ran
There's an
away.
echo.
Can I go around back of the building?
Sure, Letho, you go around the. You don't need to move your token.
Who wants to?
But we want to
You're
move our
welcome
token.
to move your token if you wish, but it's not going to matter. You go around the back of the building. Make a perception check.
Okay. I will say the thing I'm mainly doing is just making sure the rogue doesn't escape out the back.
Gotcha.
I don't expect him to be in the back currently, but I'll look in.
Yeah.
I will
Alright.
fly high in the sky.
All right, butterfly.
Like a butterfly in the sky.
Yeah. You ascend. How far up do you go?
200 feet.
200 feet. You ascended a healthy distance above the ground and began scanning your environment. Letho, you go around the back. You don't see any signs that he was there. You don't see any tracks. You don't see him. There are some like boxes that appear to be, holding rubbish out there, but that's about it. And Isle, you go up in the air. Make a perception check. Okay. Scanning the nearby buildings and also the ones that are further off, you don't see any movement other than the movement of the wizard and the bard at the porch of the door to this house that you guys have been holding up in. Melturge, you don't hear a reply. You don't hear any movement at all.
I'm going to skip trying to open the door and just knock it down
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack.
on the door.
Yep. assuming you're using your hammer to break it down.
Yeah. Well,
All right. You manage to shatter it to smithereens. It's a door. It breaks. It's not very heavily reinforced. In fact, it's not even locked. The only thing holding it there was a latch, and it just smashes inward and crumbles into pieces. Some of it still remaining hinged with the 2 hinges on the door. And you look inside, and it does appear to be a bedroom, but it appears to be, the bed is not made. There are no rugs on the floor. There's a little chest in the corner. There's a bookshelf. There's a desk with some papers on it.
I want to look at the chest in the corner for traps.
Okay, you make an investigation check.
This is where I die. Yep.
You don't see any traps.
I'm gonna open the chest.
Okay, you open the chest.
Die.
As you open it, you look inside and you see a small pouch, in addition to a couple of books and a pair of reading glasses.
I want to try on the glasses.
Okay, they're way too small for your face. And looking
Even
through the
my dwarven
lenses,
face? Like
yes.
child-sized.
No, yeah, they're really small. And the lenses don't appear to do any good for your eyesight. They
Okay,
make everything
I put
worse.
them back, and I want to look in the pouch and then look at the titles of the books.
Okay. You look in the pouch and you can find 18 silver pieces and 24 copper.
Okay.
Not a whole lot. In addition, there is a book called Azale's Scorcher and a book called The Under Realms. They appear to both be like children's books.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take the money.
Okay.
How much was it again?
It was 18 silver pieces and 24 copper pieces.
Okay. And then I'll leave the books. And I want to look at the papers on the desk.
Okay, sure. Make an investigation check.
I'll make an investigation check for looking at papers.
While I write this down. No, you're fine. You look at the papers. It appears to just be a journal. There doesn't appear to be any ink or a quill nearby, but someone's just been writing some notes down. A few of the papers that are there seem to be written in really terrible, like handwriting, like a child who doesn't really know how to write. The few that are on the top, though, look even worse, and a different handwriting, and it appears to be nothing of interest. Keep an eye out for the rug underneath the kitchen.
Is that what it says?
Yeah.
Keep an eye out for the rug underneath the kitchen.
Yeah.
The rug underneath. What? Okay. And I just want to take another glance at this room. Is there anything else I can see that's
Make a perception check.
okay? Of value.
Was that your? Oh, that was your
Yeah.
perception there. Okay. Yeah. No, you don't see anything else of value in this room. It just seems to be a standard bedroom.
All right. I'm going to leave the room and then make my way towards the kitchen.
Okay. You go down the stairs. You go down the hallway. What are the rest of you doing at this point? Letho's still waiting out the back. Isle's still flying up, looking around.
I'm gonna check these bodies
Okay. Excuse me.
for stuff.
Go ahead and make an investigation check as you start to loot the bodies that are in the immediate vicinity.
Okie dokie. Who's right here? Is Birdman on the roof or is he inside?
He's flying in the air. You find that each of these individuals are carrying a short sword and a light crossbow with an additional roundabout 15 quarrels each that you're able to identify on average.
And I take all those bolts.
You fly down and you see that someone is looting bolts and you go and bolt for them.
I let you have the bolts.
Okay. Yeah, so you can take that. That's 7 times 15. That's 105 bolts. If you want to carry that much.
Was there money?
None of them seem to be carrying money. Each of them has a set of black leather armor on and a cloak.
Is it better than my armor?
No, it's not better than your armor if your armor is leather. It's just the same. It's just different color.
It's just black.
Some of it's been cut up and destroyed and bloody.
Are
But
there
so
any?
is yours.
Can I get like a whole like a unbloodied one on any of them?
With
like,
that
by getting
investigation
off of different
check,
people?
no, there doesn't seem to be any upgrades to your current condition, unfortunately.
Okay.
As you guys are doing this, though, the wizard character kind of goes inside and is taking a look around and sees everyone, pulls this corpse over out of the way, and sorts to try and figure out who the leader of the group is, and just calls out to Melturge and says, hello, sir. If you could for a moment.
Yes.
Yes, I was coming into town and I noticed this struggle was going on, and I decided I would help you. These assailants of yours seem to be mighty bad people, and I really wanted to step in and save you. I'm still not sure who you are or why I should be saving you, but clearly you were the innocent in this encounter, yes?
Yes, we were attacked from the second story. They call me Melturge, by the way.
Melturge, my name is Borgheim.
Are you senile?
No, Borgheim. That's my name, Borgheim. Great.
Borgheim.
Glad we could establish that.
That's very interesting because I come from Forgeheim.
Oh, really? That's very strange. I had no idea. Anyway, I would love to stay and chat, but I don't believe this area is safe. Usually these groups don't come in just groups of 9. There's probably a lot more of them, especially given the condition of this place. There's probably a whole bunch, and if we wait here, we might get attacked again.
Are you saying they'll be back and in greater numbers?
One could say that in so many words, yes.
I found a note upstairs. It said, beware the rug underneath the kitchen. I want to take a look at that.
If you do so quickly. I would advise that we try and flee this place as quickly as possible.
Can I make another perception check? For people?
To look around for people? Sure, make a perception check. All right, you take a moment. You go back into the sky, I presume.
I've been in the sky. I've always been in the sky. I haven't
No,
come
you
down.
went down for bolts.
Oh, yeah, I go back up and
Yeah.
I go for it.
So you look around, looking near and far, scanning the roofs of the buildings, scanning the windows, the doors, and the alleyways. You don't see any signs of movement. However, the wind is starting to pick up, and you do actually notice a couple of the doors start to open and shut, banging in the wind. The shutters on the windows. So, Melturge, you're going to investigate the kitchen?
Yes.
All right, you go in there. You do indeed see a rug, which has been sort of pulled aside a little bit. It's kind of like ruffled up.
Okay.
So it's got like a little crease in it.
I want to just kind of inspect it for any kind of traps.
All right, make an investigation check. All right, you don't notice any traps, as far as you're able to discern.
I'm gonna slowly pull the rug up.
Okay, you pull it up. As you do, you see what appears to be a crease on the floor between some of the floorboards, an obvious indication of some sort of trapdoor.
Okay, can I inspect said crease for any kind of traps?
With your investigation roll of 12, you don't notice any traps.
Okay, I'm gonna open said crease door.
All right, you try to pull on it. However, it appears to be stuck, whether
I'm
latched or
gonna smash
otherwise.
it with my hammer.
Okay, you bring your hammer down over your head and roll an attack. All right, you smash down on it. Crack! Some of the floorboards appear to bend outward a little bit, but there's something reinforcing this wooden door.
From the underside. Interesting. Is anyone near me? Right
Daffodil is there.
I'll be in there. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I want to tell somebody that there's a door here and I can't get in it.
Borgheim comes in and says, "What have you found?" Anything useful?
I found a trap door, and it seems to be blocked from the other side.
Oh, well, presumably one of them might have escaped this way and barred the entry behind them. Would it be worth pursuing them if our death is coming from wherever they're going, or would we just want to leave? I'm in favor of leaving. I would like to stay with you, given the circumstances, but if I must flee on my own, I will do so.
I think we should find a place to rest and heal up.
That's a jolly good idea. Yes. There's something strange about this character's voice. You can't quite put your finger on it.
Wait, who, me or
Borgheim, not Forgeheim.
no? Who can't? Both of us can't put our finger on it.
Neither of you can. There's something strange about it.
Can I roll insider history to see if I might recognize him at all?
To recognize it, or to gain some insight about it, you can do history if you might want to try and recognize the voice, or insight if you want to try and glean any details about strangeness.
I want to see if he's disguising himself at all.
Okay.
If he's wearing some kind of makeup or something.
And how do you want to proceed doing that? Do you want to just look at him, or do you want to touch him, or what?
Look at him.
Okay. Make a perception check.
I rolled a natural 20.
I see that.
By the way.
I see that. Okay. So you look at them intently, and there doesn't appear to be any indication that they're disguised. They just look like an old wizard with sort of white, graying hair on their beard and on their head. They're wearing a little pointy hat. They appear to be archetypal as far as standard wizard trope. Incredibly so, in fact. Melturge, you swear that there's something off about the voice in the regard that it sounds feminine.
Okay.
Well, if that's all, then let's move. Let's go. I don't want to stay around all these smelly bodies anymore.
Okay. And on the way out, I'm gonna go scrounge up any Is there any expensive sword I can find?
All of the
expensive swords.
All of the swords here are standard short swords. Some of them appear to even be rusting over, like they haven't been cared for. But there are 7 in total.
How many can I reasonably hold?
Short swords in your backpack? 2, because your backpack's not built to hold a bunch of swords. You're gonna have to get a bigger pouch for them if you want.
Okay.
But you can grab.
I'll help him carry 2 as well.
Okay.
Since he seems intent on gathering some swords.
All right. So your backpacks have some straps on the outside that are good for holding weapons. You slip 2 short swords each through those. So go ahead and add those to your inventory.
Sweet.
So you've got a total of 4 short swords.
And I'm gonna pick up my crossbow.
Yeah, get your stuff that you dropped. All right.
Are there any bolts, or are they all gone?
How much do they weigh?
Taken all of them.
Damn it.
The crossbows or the short
swords?
Short swords. I believe just 2 pounds, if that. I'll double check. But as this is going on, Letho, you don't notice any signs of movement. You've just been kind of waiting out there. Do you stay back there?
I am waiting until I get some kind of signal, I guess.
I'm going to go around and get him.
All right. So you are retrieved. Isle, you fly back down, or you stay looking up in the air? Okay. You guys all regroup at the front of this door, and Borgheim, this wizard character, says, "Hello, everyone. My name is Borgheim. Let's find a place that's safe within this. If we wait here, we're probably going to get murdered. A lot, and quickly. I only have so many spells in one day."
I look over at Isle and said, "Is there any place nearby?" Well, hang on. Is there any place nearby that we might be able to hold out?
Yeah, the short swords are 2 pounds. That's right. Isle, from your perception check, all of the buildings in here are good hiding places, but given the circumstance of the place, you imagine all of them are probably poor choices. However, there is the initial destination where you guys have been previously, the Digout, the big quarry that's besides the town. That was where you're supposed to be going in the first place, that has a bunch of caves in it, mine shafts, if you will. That might be a good place to hide out. Other than that, there's just big open field with some trees in the distance, but not in large numbers or thick and close together.
Or I tell them that.
Okay.
The quarry. Yes.
Excellent idea. Let's head there now. Quickly. No daddling. All right. Do you guys follow Board Chime to the quarry?
Sure.
All right. You do
Hold
so.
on, I'd say.
What's that?
Do you actually see my character moving?
No, I don't see it.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Oh, now I see it. Yeah.
Do I have to do it slower or something? I was spamming it around.
Do you see my move?
I see it. I saw it move.
All right. Well, let's not worry about that. You guys exit this area, and you move to the Digout, which is sort of southwestern of the town. You guys approach the long, not so steep ramp that goes into it, and begin the descent quickly, moving, jogging, looking over your shoulders to make sure you're not being pursued. Who wants to lead the group and who wants to check behind?
I'll check behind.
Okay,
Do we
make me a
have,
perception check.
Okay.
We should have Isle fly above, I guess. Keep an eye out.
That's fine.
All right, Isle, you give a little bit of an aerial view if you wanted to take a look as well. Make another perception check as you guys are fleeing. You're
I'll
not
stand at the front.
You're not sprinting, but you're moving with haste. Isle, as you fly up into the air, you notice that the storm that was coming in is starting to get closer and closer, and you can see rain on the horizon, and that sort of dominates your vision as you are looking at the lightning flashes in the distance, and you guys all hear the thunder. The wind is starting to pick up and making it sort of difficult to stay steady in the air, and you're not really able to see much, but you don't see any movement. Neither of you do. What were you gonna say, Tyler?
I'll be at the front.
All right, you lead everyone down. After 5 or 10 minutes or so, you guys make it down into the base of this quarry. And along the far western wall, you see there are many entrances into the mines. Just large cave openings, some of which have been sort of barricaded with logs and planks, others of which are still open. But you presumably head in that direction.
Indeed.
All right, you all enter the mines. You don't see any signs of pursuit at the moment, but you go in and the caves are dark. There are no sources of light. There are some natural formations along the walls in the initial part of the specific cave that you have entered, but after that it appears to all be burrowed. There are tracks laid on the ground. There is a single minecart that you can see about 20 feet from the door. And you guys are now all ducked inside of this underneath part of the wooden barricade that had an opening in it, and you are now secure, safe inside of this cave, out of the public eye, so to speak. But it continues deeper. Do all of you have dark vision?
I do not.
I
Do
don't
not.
think
I
Okay.
do.
If we do not, then I will cast light on my hammer.
Okay, so your hammer begins glowing with light. You can see that the wizard kind of averts their eyes as the light begins to brighten in the space, and he says, "Oh, quickly, let's go further before that light gives us away in the dark outside. Let's go to a place where it's not going to be cast further out of the cave." And sort of shuffles you along, pushing you.
All right, let's continue deeper.
All right, you guys continue deeper, and where are you guys going to try and head? Are you just going to go deep until you find like a little recession, or far enough that you're safe from the entrance? What are you trying to find?
Does the wizard have any ideas? He seems to know what he's doing.
I just go deeper, I suppose. I don't know exactly what we're dealing with.
Can I roll insight on that
Sure.
to see if he's telling the truth?
You get the sense that they definitely don't know what they're doing.
Okay.
So what are our options? Is there just like a long stretch that leads
So
further?
so far as you can see, it's just a long tunnel to the end of your vision.
Yeah,
but
I
you
say let's
guys-
just continue. continue moving.
All right, you guys continue after a few minutes of walking down this tunnel, passing by mine carts that appear to be empty, looted. Someone at the head with dark vision, want to make a perception check? Letho, I
Yes.
guess. All right, that's good enough. Letho, as you are passing through this long tunnel, you notice occasionally along the walls there are little markings that are made with chalk on the stone. One of which appears to be the symbol of a spider. One of which appears to just be an X. One of which appears to be like a star, and they're on alternating sides at varying distances.
And do we not have the light spell going right now?
You do have the light spell going, yes.
Okay, I'll point
If
for
we don't, I can just recast it.
Timon, or Tim, what's your character's name?
Timon.
Timon. You're hurt?
Malturge, that's it, right?
Melturge.
Melturge.
Yeah,
I'm
like a
gonna
melt.
point for
Some melt
Melturge.
things.
I'm
What?
gonna point at the scribings on the wall
Oh,
for Melturge to see.
do I recognize said scribings?
Let's see. What languages do you speak?
Common, Dwarvish, Primordial, Arakocra.
No, you're not able to recognize these. Isle, as you sort of investigate, you do actually. You don't know the meaning of these symbols, but you know what the connotation is.
Wait,
Isle.
does this count as stonework?
No.
Dang it. Okay.
However, you're welcome to make a history check related to stonework if you'd like.
So
Is it celestial or elvish?
It is not.
Is it Auron?
It's not. However, Isle, as you inspect, you think that this might be some sort of symbol related to thieves' cant.
Okay.
Interesting.
You actually have no idea what kind of stone this is. It might be some new type of stone. You're not sure.
Okay.
But yeah, Isle. This
This,
appears to
rock
be some
is, strange.
But I don't
strange.
know what it means though.
These symbols don't have any particular meaning, but they have been seen in thieves' cant before as markings. Markings of some sort of location.
I have a question for you, Tad.
Yeah.
It says I'm supposed to add double my like proficiency bonus, I guess.
You would have
Are you-
expertise as your proficiency.
Well, that's for specifically
Stonework.
that. So yeah, your roll would actually be a 5, not a 1.
Yeah, but it's like okay, it's kind of weird. It says you are considered proficient in the history skill and add double your proficiency bonus to the check instead of your
Correct.
normal proficiency.
Right. So you would add 4 to it, which would make it 5.
Got it. Okay.
But
So
yeah,
my normal thing's -1, so
that's still you add the -1 intelligence regardless.
yeah.
Yeah. So
So-
yeah, that's what you're able to find is that this it's some sort of marking. But looking at the wall that it's marked onto, you're not sure what it could be marking. There's just a seemingly rough wall there with many cracks in its surface at one of the markings.
Are we deep enough in the cave to not be noticed from the outside?
You've been walking for 5 or so minutes. You imagine potentially if you're not pursued. As far as the light will not reach the outside, that's for sure.
Can I try to take a minute and figure out where I've seen these?
Sure, go ahead and make an intelligence check.
Is that basically you just rolled a save?
A what? No, an ability check.
Go to skills.
Or is that core stats?
No, you go to skills and then you go to.
Oh, so it's bottom
Yeah,
Oh, there's
roll an
no bonus.
Yeah, nice. So
natural 20.
with your quick thinking and your expert memory, you think, yes, I've seen this before. Let's see. We don't know too much about your past, Phil. So do you have any idea of where you come from, where you go? Cotton Eye Joe.
I've spent my entire life in the city we just left.
In the what?
In the city we just left.
Okay, so you've
Sure, I
spent your
was-
entire life in Narem. And where did you work? What was your job? You're
I
a
didn't
rogue,
have a
so
job. I fended for myself. I stole sometimes when I needed food. But I was an urchin that lived on the street.
I see. So in Narem, you saw one of these symbols, the second of these symbols, the X. Oddly enough, there's something very specific about the way the X was drawn, though. How one of the lines intersects at a very short distance from its end with the other. It's not like perfectly at the center. And you saw this at the edge of the city in one of the outer rings, near a cellar. And after you found this, you carefully inspected the cellar, and looking out, you ended up finding a box containing extra gold, some documents that you quickly discarded because you didn't need them, but you did take the gold, and there was a nice bottle of whiskey in there too.
Ah,
So you reason that this is probably a stash marking location or sort of symbol.
I told to the party, these symbols confuse me. This one right here means loot is nearby.
I look for loot.
Make an
A new
investigation,
instrument.
a perception
new
check.
instrument.
Make a perception check. You see no loot, but with that roll, you are able to see that part of the wall that appeared to be solid is constructed of some fabric material that's painted to look like the wall. And you brush it aside, and you see a little alcove in there that contains a small crate.
Look, I found it.
The loot?
Something. I'm gonna check for traps on the chest.
All right, make an investigation check. Yeah, you don't see any traps at first. However, as you start to tug the thing away, you do feel some resistance, like there's something tied to the back of it.
Okay, I'm gonna look at the back, and
the back is completely obscured. The little alcove is about the size of the crate, so there's no way to look around it. But you do know that something is tugging on it.
I'm gonna run my one of the short swords I picked up behind the back. Try and cut anything.
You try to angle the short sword back there, but there's not enough space. You reach in with your hand and start feeling around, and you can feel a little string that is connected to a metal ring that's latched to the floor.
Can I undo the string?
Go ahead and make me a sleight of hand check.
What are you doing over there, Jasper?
Oh!
Letho is on the ground, arm completely into this alcove, reaching around, tongue sort of sticking out of his face a little bit.
I found a thing with a ring. It's attached to a string.
I walk a few paces back.
I take cover behind the nearest turn.
Is this really the best idea? The wizard starts backing away.
It is if we don't get hurt and he does.
But if you're backing away, that means there's probably a trap that I'm not clued in onto, and if any noise we make might lead them to us.
You just stand here. You'll be fine.
He just holds his hands up and backs away and says, "All right, but if they come after us, we're fucked."
I'm gonna go stand by. Was it Belturge? Sorry,
Borgheim.
Sorry.
Belturge Borgheim.
I'm gonna see. Do I recognize Borgheim since it's so similar to my name?
You recognize it's similar to your name, but it doesn't. It doesn't ring any bells.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna ensure that I'm gonna put my finger in the ring.
Okay.
And make sure it doesn't
Okay,
move
you begin fingering
while I'm adjusting the.
All right.
taking off the string.
The ring is securely fixed to a hook on the ground.
Oh, I see. Okay, then can I undo it?
You go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
You put your finger in the ring, you are now betrothed to the box.
All right. You manage to unhook the ring from the floor. There is a slight gap between the hook and the ground that you're able to sort of pull it through, and you feel a resistance as the box starts to tip back a little bit, and you're careful not to pull the string any further out of the box. And after a few tentative moments, you get the ring over the hook, and the box is now free to slide out.
Okay. Now I'm gonna open the box and retrieve the grenade and keep it.
Okay. You try to open the box, and it appears to be sealed shut.
Oh.
It's like a
What
crate.
kind of box is it?
It's a crate, wooden crate.
Oh. Well, how big?
It's like a foot and a half in every dimension.
Wait.
You would need some sort of prying device.
Okay,
God,
so
I have a crowbar.
I could say someone has a crowbar. Yeah. I have a rusty pickaxe.
Slams it down into the top of the crate, explodes everyone.
I
Or
will
we-
walk up with the crowbar and attempt to pry it open.
All right, you go ahead and you do so. You don't need to roll for anything. It's just a box. You open it up, and sure enough, inside, amongst a bed of straw, you find a grenade, which has a pin that is strung to the string that goes through a small hole in the box. It itself is latched down to the bottom of this box. Beside it, there is a vial of some red liquid, in addition to a larger bottle of some brownish liquid. And
Urine.
yes, usually if you're not peeing brown, you should see your doctor.
Usually
urine.
people pee.
Can I take out the vials and try to identify them?
Okay,
oh, I have identify.
There you go.
That takes like, what is it, an hour?
10
Five
We're
minutes.
gonna we're gonna
10
rest in a
minutes.
few minutes.
Yeah, I mean when we go rest, I can identify it.
There's
I mean, if you
also a
wanna try it.
small pouch.
I'll just take the vials out. Someone else can deal with the nade in the pouch.
I want to deal with the nade.
All right, how do you deal with the nade?
So how is it strapped down?
It is strapped down with some silvery-looking strip of something.
Okay, duct tape. Can I undo the duct tape?
You do so with ease.
Okay.
And the string that's connecting the ring of this grenade is going through the box still, and it looks like the ring on the other side is not big enough to pull through. So presumably you would just have to cut the string, and you'd have a grenade.
I do this.
All right, you do that. There's also the
All right.
pouch.
What kind of? Oh, and yeah, I look in the pouch.
Okay. In the pouch, you find a smattering of gems, small cut gems. They don't look very pretty. They don't look like diamonds, but they might be worth something.
I distribute them evenly.
Do you just give like there's like 22 little small tiny gems in there? Do you just like kind of give them out like here's 4 for you?
Like candy, yeah.
Okay. So you do so. You give 4 tiny little gems to everyone, who just throws them into their pockets or backpack it loose.
4 tiny gems.
Oh wait, did I give one to the wizard then?
Do you give some to the wizard?
Might as well. He helped us out.
I
Did he,
mean,
though?
Yeah.
yeah, I'll give some to the wizard.
All right, you give 2 to the wizard. Wait. Yeah.
Wait, no, I think you
would-
miscounted.
Yeah. Okay. No. Do you want to give 5 to everybody, and then 2 to the wizard, or do you want to split it up evenly between all of you? Because that would be 4. That would be 4 to everyone, and then 2 additional ones.
I'm gonna do 5 to everyone and 2 to the wizard.
Okay. So you do though. You do set that. So everyone has
Here's
5
your tip.
little
Thank you.
gems. Oh, thank you very much. What are these gems? Oh, beautiful party store gems. Lovely.
I like how this crate had like it was a grenade and also like these vials, like just in case you do make it past the grenade. Here's a little gift.
Oh, and what kind of damage does the grenade do?
The grenade, it has a 10-foot radius where it does 1d10 force damage to anything nearby, and a 20-foot radius after that where it does 1d6 shrapnel damage, which is slashing. And the shrapnel damage also damages the inner radius as well. So if you get something within the 10-foot radius, it does 1d10 force plus 1d6 shrapnel.
Okay, and it's like what? Dexterity?
Dexterity saving throw. And you to throw it to a specific location, it would be an attack roll with dexterity.
Okay.
Otherwise, you might come short or go far, depending on the roll. All right. So you have that. You have the gems. You have the bottle of something and the vial of something. What do you guys do now?
I'd just like to quickly glance at it and see, or maybe smell it and see if I can identify it.
Okay, which bottle?
Both, but I'll start with the red one.
Okay, the red one. You make an Arcana check.
Smells like piss.
You're not sure what it could be. It could be anything. Just some sort of concoction. Might be Kool-Aid.
Be cool.
should
While we're
drink
doing
it.
this, can I cast a prayer of healing?
Okay, you guys are gonna sit here for a while. Take 10
I
minutes.
don't. It's not concentration.
Well, it's 10
like-
minutes, I think.
Can I move while doing it?
I think so. Yeah, if you guys move slowly, you can do it. As long as it doesn't specify you have to be sitting. So yeah, you uncork the other one, and you can tell it's whiskey, for sure.
The brown one's whiskey.
Yeah. It's like a 16-ounce bottle of whiskey. All right.
Everybody gets 9 HP.
All right. Everyone.
Everybody gets 9 HP.
Yeah.
Did you
Everybody
do the
knows.
2d8? Oh, okay. 9. Okay.
Yeah.
Yay.
Rolled a 1 and something.
Hey, I'm at 2/3 health.
Is it 2D8? Oh, let me check.
So are we gonna rest soon?
Up to you guys.
I asked the group.
We should. I mean, we just got healed. We can like look for a better healing or a better resting spot than just hallway.
Do I still have my temporary HP?
Temporary HP goes away after, I believe, an hour, depending. It might be 8 hours. Let me double check.
Okay.
Temporary hit points. Maybe it only goes till a rest. They last until they're depleted or you finish a long rest. So yeah, you still
Alright.
have those if you haven't lost them. All right, you guys keep moving or you stop here?
So
I
keep
say
moving.
we keep moving.
All right, you continue moving. Another 5 minutes later, you come to a T intersection where the path splits off to the left and the right. You can see that the left grade goes up. That is towards the other caves, presumably, that you saw in the Digout. You were in the furthest right cave. The other grade goes down. At some point, there's like a little staircase, even because of how steep it gets, and the minecart track sort of goes down and then levels out and then goes down, sort of stepping its way.
What was our quest again?
Your
What did we come here
quest,
for?
you came here to search for an underground ruin, which is at the deepest portion of the Digout.
All right. I think we know which way to go.
All right, you guys turn right and you head down. Another 10 minutes of walking after proceeding down a flight of maybe 100 feet of this ramp stair ordeal, and it levels out again and goes straight. There are many paths to the left as well as you start to proceed. You see one off to your left, and then when you approach it, you see another one 20 feet later. These paths are not as wide. They appear to be offshoot branches of this mine.
Are any of them like short or cozy enough to set up a camp?
Make an investigation check. After spending maybe 5 minutes inspecting a few of them, you can see that some of them are quite short. But the third one down seems to go inward and then open up into a small cave that goes off to the left, like a very small room that appears to have some glowing mushrooms in it.
I vote this room.
There's a small pool of water at the center.
Does it look like potable water?
Does it look potable?
Make a nature check.
Is water sanitary?
Or a survival check, whichever you prefer.
If
We're
I
gonna
put
get-
if
Yeah,
I put
nature
my
survival.
hammer in the water and I cast heat metal on it, will it boil the water?
Potentially. You could try.
We're not heating metal. Wait, what?
Put my hammer in the water and heat the
Or I
hammer.
should hand.
Oh, well, I mean, put my gauntlet. It's chain metal.
You're not sure if it's potable.
I decide to leave it alone.
Okay. Melturge, do you
Wise.
try and boil it?
Wait, hang
Do
on.
it. Fucking do it, dude.
Yeah, I'll try to boil it. But I'm gonna take a short sword instead of my.
Okay. You pull a short sword off of your backpack and then stick the short sword inside of the water, and you begin casting heat metal on the short sword. Go ahead and cast it, I guess.
Oh god.
Beautiful. So go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, because he's holding the sword.
Yes.
No, wait. I put it in the water.
You leave it in the water? Or are you holding on to it?
I put it in the water, then
Okay.
I cast it.
So you dropped it in the water.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Can't see.
I was imagining you
doing
were
what you told
holding
me
it and
to.
putting it in there. Great. So no, you
No.
don't need to make a saving throw in that case. You drop it
Okay.
into the water and you cast heat metal on it, and immediately you can start to see bubbles forming on the surface of this metal as it starts to glow, and the boiling or the slight bubbling turns to roiling as there's a lot of bubbling happening. The surface of this once still water that splashed when you dropped the sword in starts to roil as you also notice some strange translucent movement in the water, like small clear fish that are now rising to the top dead or swimming away from this carnage at the
Destroying
center.
ecosystems.
Yeah.
Free food.
These appear to be like minnow sized,
Yeah, you can
small things.
Free bait.
Bite-sized poppers.
a bird. I eat that shit.
It's the top of my pizza.
Isle goes in and starts scooping them up and eating them.
Indeed.
They-
Don't need to spend one of my rations now, boy.
They're very bland.
Slightly
I'm a
raw.
bird. I eat fish on the regular day.
But you've eaten seasoned food before, and this is not tasty. It's just usable.
Yum, boiled fish.
When did I eat seasoned food? I've been poor my entire life.
You've had scraps before that have been seasoned.
Seasoned with garbage.
You maybe don't know what saffron tastes like. All right, so you guys begin a short rest here. If you guys want to roll hit points for hit dice, you can.
I'm going to do my Song of Rest.
There
Okay.
you go.
You do your Song of Rest. In addition, you may do a Prayer of Healing again if you want, if you have the spell slots for it. It's up to you.
Don't have it.
Okay.
Wasted on heat metal. But it's
Gotcha.
potable now.
So you presume.
So
All right, so you guys get an extra 1d6 hit points when you spend hit dice if you choose to do so.
I will choose to do so.
All right,
I
so
will
go
also
ahead,
choose to do so.
go ahead and
Yeah.
roll your hit dice.
Plus
There,
1d6, right?
Is there
Yep.
a way to do that quickly?
If you go to your character sheet, and I believe
There's a hit dice.
there's a hit dice section in core
Oh, yeah, you can
stats.
use-
Then
Oh,
D6.
Yeah.
Ooh, got a
Nice.
fucking 12
So it's
Nice.
plus a
4,
d6.
So I got 7 on that.
Do you only get 1d6? Like,
Correct.
I
You
use
don't get a
two, it's
d6
two-
per hit dice. You just get a d6 if you do it.
Wait. Whoa.
Alright, I used my hit die. I am now at max.
Each of those. Wait.
I have 2 more left.
I think I'll use one again. Cool.
Remember, you add your Constitution bonus to that. Oh, it's already doing that.
It does it automatically.
Nice.
I'm doing one more as well.
Oh, I stopped concentrating on my right so that I can raise my max HP.
All right, and then spells are back.
No, this is a short rest.
Oh, short rest. Okay.
Also, doesn't a Song of Rest also make it a 10-minute rest? Or is that something else?
No, that was something that I did to you.
Okay.
So you guys finish up your short rest, but while this is going on, the wizard that has been accompanying you is just kind of sat in the corner, like eyeing you all strangely and sort of trying to suss you up, just looking at you all, sort of huddled.
I ask him, where are you from?
Oh, me? I'm from Narem. Yes, I've lived in Narem my whole life.
What brought you out here? Why you just came to our aid in such a fortuitous time?
Oh, well, I was just, going down the road, and I saw you, and I thought I would see what you're up to, because nobody comes to Rockridge.
Why were you in Rockridge? I mean,
Well,
where
I
you
was
going?
following you. You took a divergent path away from Kier, and I decided to see what you were up to. You were a band of mercenaries up to presumably no good.
Can I tell if he's
So
lying?
you were following us.
Make an insight check.
I already did.
After a certain point, you can tell that the statements in this end are true for sure, but you can tell that they're concealing something about themselves. So there's some truth and some lying in there, but you're not able to make out exactly what.
I
Is
speak
she
in
wearing a hat?
Arakakra to oh no, Mr. Forge over there
Okay. Why can no one pronounce my name?
Melter
because
Forge.
it's. I speak to him like this boy's lying. He's hiding something, but it sounds like
And I,
tweet.
and I say back, I'm like, it's because it's not a boy. It's a girl. Tweet.
tweet, motherfucker. So I just tweet back. How you know? Tweet.
Hashtag lion.
I have a really good feeling about it. That's all I have.
Stop
That's all I
tweeting
have.
over there and include the rest of us in the conversation.
I ask her or him.
You tweeting butt is lying.
You say that in common.
Yeah.
Lying?
I
Me?
But I say the curse word in Eric Cochran, so nobody.
I say,
can-
oh yeah, and I go up to him and I say, you know what, I'm gonna think about it for a second.
What do you say, Daffodil?
Oh, what's your profession?
I am a wizard. Holds up their hands and looks to the sky.
And then I chime in. So how does a woman like you become a wizard?
A woman? I am no woman. Look at my beard. And starts tugging on the beard, but their hands just kind of move through it, and they they hold their hands over their face, and the beard is just going through their hands. And they stop and they put their hands down at their sides. Yes, my beard, which was torn away in an unfortunate accident, and I had to use an illusion to prepare it here.
Can I tug on the beard?
There's no beard.
Oh, it's gone.
No, you tug on it and there's nothing there. It's just
Oh.
it's intangible. Don't make fun of me. It was an accident. An unfortunate smelting accident. I'm sure you'd understand, Mr. Forgeheim.
So, I know much about smelting. Speaking of which, does anyone need any equipment?
If you can make
Plate
studs
armor.
for my leather armor, I'd really
Need plate.
appreciate it.
Wait, hang on. Studs for leather armor?
You don't have
I
enough
probably just
metal
make
to
you
do that.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
He's got also my 2 swords.
Right, but you need 35 gold
40.
pieces worth of metal.
45 gold.
Can
Wait,
he
Wait, hold on,
use
but hold on.
35
Even though
gold
they already
pieces?
have the leather,
35
need
gold
35
pieces
gold
worth
pieces?
of leather. Yes, because leather armor is worth 10 gold pieces and studded is worth 45.
So just for the studs, it's 35. We have 4 swords that are worth 10 GP each.
They're worth 10 each?
Yeah.
You're close, I guess.
I mean, we're there. But if I just make the studs, then yeah, I can do it.
I have a short. No. Yeah, I have a short sword we can use.
Alright, and then how does your forge ability work?
It has to have some metal in it.
It's after a
Here.
long rest.
No. Where is it? I think it's a classic. It's this. No, wait. It's that.
Starting at 2nd level, you can use your channel Divinity for an hour-long ritual.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to do that, you can.
Yeah. All right, boys. Give me your swords.
So you take 5 short swords.
Which I can make just a full set of studded leather, doesn't? I don't have to do just the studs.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's true. So if you want to, but that would be worth 45 gold pieces. So you would need another 5 gold.
Wait, 5 swords is 10 each.
Yeah.
50.
Oh, 5. My bad. Yeah.
If you want, yeah.
Wait, hold on, don't we only need 35 and we have 4?
Well, he's
You
gonna
do
make the whole
35.
set.
If you want me
If
to
you
make
wanted
the
to make
whole
the studs, you'd have to take more time to craft it using the leather armor and the studs, which would take a very long time, like several hours.
Well, if he gives me his own leather armor.
Leather
Right.
armor doesn't have any metal on it, or it doesn't have a lot anyway.
Yeah, but you can't just get studded leather armor from a bunch of metal chips.
Yes, you can.
Could you just use a bunch of gold?
Like normal.
Yeah, I
Yes,
can,
you
yeah.
could. So what do you want to do? You would need 45 gold pieces worth of metal to create the studded leather set, and you can do that in an hour if you want.
Yeah.
Okay, so you take 5 short swords. You both you and Daffodil parting with your 2 that you scrounged from before, and Isle parting with their short sword. Lay them all in a circle, and all of you watch as the cleric of the forge begins sort of chanting and like holding their hands out over the metal, and it starts to like melt and coalesce into one ball. Over the next hour, they begin forging this metal with their hammer, and it rises up into the air at several points and starts to like bend and shape, and eventually is clouded in this large ball of white light that persists for the next half hour of the spell, that kind of like has you all avert your eyes. And if you guys wanted to discuss anything else while this is going on, you may.
You could identify the red liquid.
Um,
Daffodil.
it does use a spell slot.
If you
You
can
know,
cast
so-
it as a ritual, identify, and that means
And
you
that
don't
won't
use it in
count.
spell slot, but it adds 10 minutes to the casting time, which I
Oh,
believe
yeah,
is
sure.
an action. So it would just take you 10 minutes.
Okay, yeah.
Is that just for identify, or does that work with other
Only
things?
spells that are ritual. Ritual means that you can cast it without a spell slot by adding 10 minutes to the casting time.
Okay.
I'll do it.
All right, so you do so, and 10 minutes later, after all of this is going on, you hold up the vial, and a voice speaks in your mind and says, "Healing."
I say it's a healing potion.
What was that?
Healing.
Huh?
Healing!
Exactly.
Echoes down the corridors of the caves.
Okay, I take it back, and I put it in my bag.
All right, you put it in your bag, or you try and like put it in a
Right next to
belt
the whiskey.
pouch? Okay, so you bury it in there. Just as a note, if you guys want an object to be readily accessible, it needs to be in a sheath, a bandolier, or on your belt pouch, or in some sort of pocket. But having it
Is
in
that
one
a
of those
negative?
locations for a potion might mean that if you fall too far, if you get hit in the wrong way, it might shatter. Same with it being in your backpack, but there's more padding there, and there's less of a chance of it happening. So you just have to be
What's the shelf
strategic
life?
of where you put it. You wouldn't know, but you don't know if they last longer than dairy or what. You haven't worked too much with them, but the New Hope had some healing potions, and they didn't seem to like rotate them out or anything, so probably a long time. So where do you put it, Tyler? Just in your backpack, or you try and put it somewhere easily accessible?
Um,
Putting it in your backpack would just mean that you would take an action to rifle through it to find it and take it out.
would that action also include drinking it?
No, it would not. But a bonus action is to consume a potion.
So if it was on my belt, what would I need to do to drink it?
You would just use the bonus action to quickly grab it and drink it.
And then the action to drink it.
No, it would be both. It would be quick.
Yeah.
But in order to fish something out of a pack, it would take an action for a search.
Oh, if we're on like a side pouch where you keep all of your potions.
yeah, if you have a side pouch, which none of you currently own one,
If we make it out of metal, I can do it.
sure, yeah, you,
Chain
Okay.
metal.
Apparently
you
can
could
make leather
you
out of
can
metal.
I need a
craft them.
reinforced pouch.
Yeah,
I want a reinforced pouch.
you can craft them bandoliers and pouches and stuff if you want. You would just have to take more time.
Yeah.
But you're currently working on the studded leather. So yes, that is
Mhm.
definitely something that you could do, which is
For
really
now,
convenient.
it's gonna be in my backpack.
Okay.
And then at some point, I'll have him make me a like reinforced potion carriage, so
Okay.
that it's harder to break.
That sounds great. Eventually, all of you will have one.
Can I keep
In
the
4
grenade on my
hours.
belt?
Yeah,
If
you
it
can.
falls, you blow up.
You have like a little belt pouch on your belt. All of you do. That you could put the grenade in.
Nice.
So you've
And
got
then
the
you
grenade
trip,
on your belt.
fall, land your grenade, and blow up.
That's how grenades work.
Yeah.
Magical grenades.
So
Or if it gets shot with an arrow that has some sort of piercing and is hot on fire.
I mean, if it pierces metal, it'll be hot.
is that
Alright.
all?
I'm good.
All right. So you guys complete the short rest, feeling reinvigorated, licking your wounds, closing them, and feeling a little bit more energetic. Still sort of tossed and shaken by the events that had just transpired, and nearly dying. Some of you several times. You are now here. The globe of light that Melturge was like having hover in the air before him suddenly shrinks in on itself and appears to be a set of leather armor with studs set throughout it. There's a helmet, gauntlets, chest piece, and greaves, and boots.
I say, I'll. You go. Here you go. Come and get your armor.
I say thank you and I don the armor.
It doesn't fit. No, I'm kidding.
You son of a bitch!
It fits the dwarf. No, it appears to be taken into account
But
your
I'm the
size.
size of a dwarf. So
Yeah.
it's all good.
Is there a slot for your wings?
I would say that Melturge would have had the foresight to think about that and did so in the hour that you guys spent.
Roll intelligence.
Oh
Make sure
boy,
if
do you want me to do that?
No, don't. It doesn't. You made a spot for it. I trust you.
I'm giving it to you. So yeah, you have a spot for your wings. You are now wearing studded leather.
Does that mean if someone throws an attack at his wings, he doesn't get an armor bonus?
That's not what that means because we're not playing that system anymore, Tyler.
The way that it works is you have one armor class, but if you want to attack a specific part of the body, you must have advantage on the attack roll. And if you choose to do so, you instead roll as if you did not have advantage or disadvantage.
And what is the benefit of that?
You could potentially damage that area of the body or cut it off. I think I have like a couple of like damage thresholds for severance and of limbs and destruction of limbs. Like if you have to deal 40% of someone's health in order to destroy this limb or whatever in one hit. I don't remember exactly how it works. I'll have to pull it up. Don't worry about it for now. I'll figure it out later. I'll balance it. I just don't want to have a bunch of different armor classes that you take into account. However, you can still mix and match armor pieces, and like the armor class that you have is some weighted average of those elements. I could find the formula if it ever becomes relevant, and like you want to put on like a steel helmet or something when you have light armor on for some reason. It might increase your AC slightly.
I'm gonna ask the our wizard friend if he's ever heard of the Blade of Woe.
Oh.
The Blade of Woe. No, I can't say I have.
Is he telling the truth? I'm gonna look.
Make an insight check.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Stop lying,
You,
motherfucker.
you can tell that they legitimately have no idea what you're talking about.
Fucking shit wizard. Doesn't know
I say
anything.
okay. Should we keep going?
Sure. You guys want to keep going?
Have we completed the short
To
rest yet?
continue.
Yes. All right. So you take after this hour or so of dicking around and healing and stuff, you come out of the room with the glowing mushrooms and continue down the corridors. After another 15 minutes or so of walking, Borchheim seems to have started taking the lead. And like moving forward as if they're like trying to find the path. And eventually you guys come to the dead end that is the final part of this mine shaft, and there is one offshoot off to the left right before the dead end, and that appears
Okay.
to go deeper down.
Can I inspect this dead end to see if it's actually a dead end?
Sure, make an investigation check.
Boop.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Natural 20 minus 1.
Okay. So you walk up to this dead end and you put your hands against the stone, or what you thought
Can
was
I tell-
stone.
And tell what the origin is.
You are like, what type of stone is this? And you put your hands right through it and sort of like fall forward as you were trying to lean on it, and you go right through it, and all of you see him disappear through the stone wall.
Can I do a history check to see the origin of this stonework?
What a cool
Yes.
trick.
Natural 20.
That's
Yeah,
no
what?
stone!
That's 3 in a row.
That's no stone, you say. It's not real. Its origin is nowhere. You're confident that the stone does not come from any place, for it is not in fact stone. It is just invisible wall.
Great.
I'm gonna follow him through.
All right, and just for future reference, your stone identifying is more for like worked stone. It also
Yeah,
can
yeah.
work for regular stone, but mostly it's for like crafts work and
Yeah.
artistry.
So you're saying it's not like geologist
It's
kind of?
it's kind of like that, but it's mostly for the other thing.
I'm an archaeologist
Stonecraft.
now, boys.
So yeah, archaeology more than geology, specifically
I'm
related
Indiana.
to stonecraft.
Call me Indiana Melturge.
No. You guys follow through the invisible barrier tentatively, and looking out through the other side, you can now see that the cave continues for another 10 feet or so before hitting a wall of stone bricks. The wall has about 7-foot high, 4 or 5 foot wide gap in it, where the stone bricks seem to jaggedly alternate as a wall does when you remove some of the bricks, and there's just a hole that leads into something. How do you proceed?
It's
Go
like
first.
at eye level, or is it? What is it?
It's basically a man-sized hole in the wall that has been comprised of
Like it-
missing stone bricks.
Like in Looney Tunes, where someone
Not-
goes through a wall.
Not like that. It's like a sort of just a rounded opening that goes from head height to the floor.
First of all, I'm assuming I'm like auto casting my light on my hammer.
Okay, so you auto cast light on your hammer, and you're like, wait,
Every
what?
time we're in darkness.
What? Oh, I forgot I had
Barely
that
even-
set.
Yeah. And then I kind of put it in the hole to like illuminate the hole.
Okay, you shine it through the opening before you. You can walk through this opening. It's like a
Yeah.
tunnel opening, but you do so, and inside, you see a room that also has these stone bricks lining it, and stone bricks lining the floor, and sort of vaulted ceilings that just go up nondescriptly. But there seem to be torches in torch sconces along some of the walls. From your perspective, you can see that on either side of the far wall, which is maybe 30 or so feet away, there are 2 pillars that go up in the corners, and a single door at the end of this chamber.
Do I recognize the stonework of the pillars?
Make me a history check.
It would be a 2 plus 4, I think.
You do not.
Okay. I don't know where these stones come from.
I'm gonna inspect for traps on the other side of the archway.
Hold on. I'm trying to look for your character token on the previous page, but it looks like you deleted it.
Who?
Alan. Oh no, I see it.
I didn't delete it.
I got
Yeah, I
it.
didn't delete it.
Daffodil's just on top of a corpse.
That's where I be.
All right. And sorry, I missed the last part of that. What's going on?
I'm gonna inspect for traps on the other side of the door.
Okay. And that was an investigation check. All right. You don't notice any tripwires or obvious mechanisms that might trigger a trap.
I step through.
Okay.
Oh god.
Daffodil goes inside, and you are able to see the rest of the room. Thunk.
Oh my gosh, it's a room.
Well, that's
I
really
don't
So-
believe you. I walk inside.
Yeah,
I
to
walk
zoom in.
inside.
So you guys, there are torch sconces along the wall, none of which are lit. You have Melturge's light with you, but you guys all enter.
I take my flint and steel and try to light the torch.
All right, so you go up to the nearest torch on the left and you attempt to light it. It's simple enough. You do so.
It's lit, guys.
Is is there anything in like these corners?
Those are pillars. It appears to be
Oh, okay.
decorative. And the sort of spaces aren't large enough to squeeze into.
And this hallway across is just open.
Yeah, it just appears to be open. Inside this room, however, there appear to be carvings on the wall. Lots of different runic scrollings, different languages. There is common, there's celestial, there's draconic, there's even Aarakocra. All the languages that you guys speak are represented here. And you find the common
Let us know.
translation, which is the average translation, but all of them mean the same thing. And looking at it and reading it, you see it says, "The vault beneath these chambers 3 contains the Blade of Woe. To reach the vault, you must obtain 3 keys entered within. To breach its seal, thou must then kneel and let the waters flow. Beware, you fools, the price of greed for favor 'twill not win."
Can you put that in the
Yes.
chat?
We'll put it in
Beware.
both chats. Just whichever is better for you guys to
Reach
read.
the vault must obtain 3 keys entered within. To breach its seal, thou must then kneel. And the waters flow.
The wizard comes inside and says,
Only the penitent man shall pass.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, right?
The penance
penitent
man.
man will pass.
Penance man.
"Oh,
The impediment
yes, the Blade of Woe," Borchheim says. "Now I remember.
What?
Of course, the Blade of Woe. Silly me. I should have known."
I checked to see if he's senile.
Make an insight check.
Natural 20.
Definitely not senile. Something about the voice leads you to believe they're not even old. In addition, they seem to be sort of annoyed and frustrated.
Do they have, like, or does he/she have long hair?
Yes, long white hair that comes
wanna
out from
touch
under
the
the
hair.
hat. Okay, you touch the hair. They kind of look at you. "What are you doing? Stop touching me. I don't like
Ah,
people." Backs away
I
from
just
you.
wanted to see if it was as real as your beard.
"My beard is a memory of a beard, but it's as real as it'll get until I can grow it
what
back."
memory, woman?
What? Stop calling me a woman. I don't understand. I'm not interested. I know adventurers sometimes might not get a lot, but that doesn't mean you can assault old men. I may look like I'm in my prime, but I'm certainly not interested still. Isle, do you begin lighting the other torches?
Yeah, I've been doing it.
Okay, so you light them all.
It's big lit in here.
Well, I suppose we're in this now.
I want to stare at his eyelashes.
You
Do
do
they
so.
look long?
No.
Do they look long for a man?
No, they don't.
Okay. I'm still skeptical.
How do you guys proceed?
I just walk
Well,
in.
I mean, there doesn't seem anything like important in this room. So
Seems to be the prologue.
Yeah, you guys have the text that you found. All of the text in the different languages you can read appears to
Oh.
read the same.
And then we can jump down this hole, I guess.
In the next chamber, as you guys proceed, you see that there is sort of a platform. It has a roof. It appears to sort of be caged in, but there is a door that is sort of like a collapsing cage door. Think of like an old-timey elevator. That's what it looks like.
Oh.
It appears to be suspended by 4 chains on each corner from the ceiling, which goes beyond the 60 feet of your dark vision up into the air.
Is there a mechanism or a lever?
You guys inspect the area and you find that there, let's see, read this how I have it. There is only enough space on the elevator platform, which you identify that's what it is, just large enough for the lot of you to stand on it. There's a single unlit lantern hanging along the back wall of it. There's also a single button on one of the walls on the left of the door, left of you coming through the door, and on the right looking at the door from the inside. It's a marble tile decorated with a downward pointing arrow. On the panel above the button, there are 3 keyholes set in different colored tiles, going from left to right, green, blue, then purple. There's also an hourglass next to the panel built into the wall. It's currently all run out. Like the sand is all on the bottom.
Everyone get in. Come on, guys.
All right, do you guys all get onto the platform?
I do indeed.
I guess I do.
All right, so
Yeah.
you all get onto the
Yeah.
elevator platform.
I'm gonna press the button.
You all jam yourselves in there. You press the button, and as you do so, the gate closes. You are now all trapped in a very small space. Let's go ahead and roll a d4 here. Using physical dice, but they're still in my box. There's one.
Can
All
we
right.
turn that? I guess what are they called? The sand thing upside down.
It doesn't appear to be responsive to touch, but after the button is pressed, the gate that closes, stays shut, and you guys begin to descend slowly. Chains sort of rattling and clanking as you fall down below the floor level. Tim, Melturge, you are pushed up against Borgheim, and despite your chainmail armor, there's something strange about what's under these robes. Something in the chestal region that appears to be a little bit more pronounced than what would be in a man.
Am I looking at
all of these hints? This is clearly a woman in disguise.
Am I looking at her?
Yes.
At it.
Is she looking at me?
Yes. And you can
What
see
is
that their face has an expression of like death on it.
She's dead.
Like she's looking at you with these stink eyes.
I just smile
Okay.
because I know.
You continue to descend, and eventually the elevator stops after maybe 100 feet or so. You guys now find yourself on a new platform. The elevator doors open.
By the way, how tall is Borgheim?
Borgheim is probably 5'11", something like that.
So like my face is directly in her chest.
Yeah. That's what you felt it with.
I look over at Tim and I tweet at him.
Okay.
What are you looking at?
What do you tweet at me?
What the fuck are you looking at? Tweet.
Retweet me, bro.
But I'll tell you later.
All right.
Tweet.
So as you guys exit the
Tweet.
elevator platform, I assume that Isle is going to. Wait,
Where's the rest of us?
Where's
Yeah,
Letho?
wait, where are we?
I forgot Letho somewhere. I don't know where
I
Letho
think he
went.
walked off screen.
Someone might have
Fucking
deleted him.
dead.
Hold on. I got you. Here's Letho. All right, there you are. I'm assuming that Isle is lighting all the torches as you guys go through.
Indeed.
So you guys now have this lit space. It's a square room with 2 off-branching paths that go that way and this way.
I
South and
go
east.
to the right.
Okay. You go down this hallway and looking into the adjoining room, you find. I think. Let me just double check that things
We
are
really shouldn't
prepared.
be splitting up, I suppose. I'll go with him.
Guys, we can see this localized area over here.
It's my shield.
All right. I think that's okay. All right. We're good.
Yes, what is
All right.
it?
So you guys see an empty room with a pedestal in the center, a stone pedestal. There is also a torch sconce at the far wall. There are 4 pillars in the corners.
Is there anything on the pedestal?
There is a singular inset stone square button.
Well, I leave it alone.
Okay.
I investigate the torch.
Okay. Make an investigation check. All right. It does not smell of oil. It does not appear to be lit.
I'm gonna check this other room down here.
Okay.
The torch is not lit. That's what
Well,
we
with a
found out.
9, yeah. You inspect this other room and you see the same thing.
Oh,
It's the same room.
guys, I think we should press the buttons at the same time.
Should we kneel as we do it?
The penitent man. The penitent
Okay.
man.
Just in case, we should do that. We should kneel.
All right. Where are all of you standing?
As far away from the button as possible.
I'm
How
next
do
to
you
the button.
unclip yourself?
Oh, you hold Alt while you move. That's a
It's a
pillar.
pillar.
Oh.
That's not actually standing space. All right. So you guys are there. Whoa. What do you do?
I'm gonna kneel.
Okay.
Because
Me too.
All right. Both of you kneel.
Riddle.
All right.
Wait, actually no. First of all, I want to go look at the torch.
Okay. You go look at the torch. What do you want to do with it?
I want to pull it.
Okay. You pull it. It appears to be fixed to the wall.
I want to try to rotate it.
Okay. It appears to be a complete, fixation constraint.
Okay. Then I'm gonna go back to the button. Kneel.
Okay. You kneel.
I do the same.
Okay.
And then
I yell out to Daffodil. I go, "Hey, can you hear me?"
yeah, maybe. Do
You-
I?
Daffodil, you also can't see.
Oh, well, I'm gonna go light this torch.
Okay.
You
But you
can't
have
see
a,
the
you have a
torch.
Don't know it's
tinderbox.
there.
I will
Okay, I'm
go
gonna
light it
have
for
someone
him.
light that torch.
All right.
I will light this torch.
The
also.
torches are now lit. The room is now bathed in light.
Okay. Can I hear him?
Hear him say what?
He's calling out to him.
I said, "Can you
Okay.
hear me?"
Yes, you can.
Okay. I said, on the count of 3, we gotta push the button.
Okay.
Make sure everyone's kneeling, just in case, because I don't know what happens.
Hey guys, kneel down.
Okay.
I do not kneel.
Okay, he's gonna fucking die. Okay. On the count of 3, ready?
Wait. On 3 or like?
When I say 3, you should be pushing the button.
Okay.
1, 2, 5.
Okay.
No, 3.
My lord.
1, 2, 3, and I push.
Press.
All right, you both press the button. Each of you hear a humming noise. All of you in the room, you hear a humming noise starting low and gets higher for a few seconds. Keeps going. It gets higher and higher pitched. Eventually becomes obnoxious, and you cover your ears with your free hands as best as you can. And then a moment later, the tile forging the entryway to the room begins to rise up away from you, sort of being tilted up, sort of like a trapdoor, and it goes all the way up to the ceiling, blocking your exit, revealing a pit of spikes in its wake. You are now trapped in your respective rooms, and the barrier is not accessible due to the 5 foot long and 5 foot wide pit of spikes in its wake.
Can I jump over the pit?
You could, and then you would find yourself over the pit against the wall.
Where's the pit at?
I will mark it with some lines.
It's like right here, right?
Yeah. So
Don't
there's
move your character there.
Well,
there's a pit here and here, and then there's a wall on the
okay.
other side of the pit. So there's nowhere to jump to. As that happens,
Can I fly over the wall?
no, the wall has gone up to the ceiling. There's another one that came from the ceiling and came down to meet it to close the path completely.
My bird mind is freaking out. I'm in an enclosed space.
In the door
Flying
that has
everyone.
formed, the wall that has formed, there's a small iron gate at about head height that lets you see through to the other side, but there's nothing to see through there. The glass, you look up in the rooms as you guys are trying to inspect the place, and you notice several glass orbs hanging from the ceiling that you did not see previously. You eye them up suspiciously, and a moment later, the humming gets louder and louder and causes these to vibrate, quiver, and then shatter. All of these orbs containing either orange or blue liquid are now completely rendered, and the contents, which appear to be some sort of gelatinous liquid, fall to the ground and
Jello.
against the
Got
walls.
Jello Man.
It's the blob.
The blue and orange fluids land on the ground and coalesce into the forms of large salamander creatures that begin scurrying around in place, looking menacing, looking deadly.
Wait, how big are these salamander creatures?
Like
salamander size?
3 foot long each.
So like small crocodile.
Yeah. So I need everyone to roll for initiative.
This will be interesting.
Wow.
my God,
Dude, we were rolling pretty shit.
I'm out of level 2 spells, so. Oh god, that's a lot of salamanders.
Alright, then how did we do this turn order thing? Add turn. How did we get the initiative to pop up last time? It was on the left?
It
Here
was
we go.
all you.
Got it. Alright. Oh god, everyone's added to the turn order like 8 times. Here, let me remove all turns. Clear.
I only saw everyone once.
Yeah, same.
Right click a token, add turn. Okay.
I don't think it's showing zeros.
That's fine.
Okay, Phil, how the heck are we gonna do this?
Oh god.
I'm flying, so.
Well, that's nice.
Was it Control U?
Nobody's gonna control me.
Oh, I see. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to do grouping so I don't have to deal with a shitload of different initiatives for all these guys.
Select them all at once.
It said something about Control U. Oh well, I'll just add 1 for one of them and then they'll all just go on that. Okay. Add turn. Add turn.
You can type. Yeah, I can type in my own.
Yeah, that's what I did for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, that's fine. So now I'll roll for them.
This is where we die. By salamander. Do you have a plan? Small plan.
Uh-oh. Guess
I
I
don't have any,
accidentally
like,
left the game.
AoEs. What?
I'm coming back.
Bye.
Our DM left, guys. Game's over.
Oh god,
It's fun.
salamander's dead.
That means there's no rules. I kill all the
I'm here.
salamanders.
I'm here.
I suddenly have the Blade of Woe.
Oh shit, well the dungeon's over,
I
guys.
suddenly take it from him. I have the Blade of Woe, and it cannot be taken from me anymore.
I duplicate the Blade of Woe, and I now have the Blade of Woe, part 2.
You
They
start
turn
the
into
trade
Iron
and then
Man.
duel for it and then quickly drop it.
Okay.
So first up, as you guys see this happen, the salamanders fall from the ceiling and coalesce into their forms, looking menacingly. The blue ones on your guys' right begin to go. Looking over, let's see. There is this one is going to turn towards Borgheim, and it's going to shoot its tongue out towards Borgheim.
Wait.
What?
What?
Wait, what?
What's the turnover? What's the
I
turnover?
think there's two of him.
What?
There's
Oh,
two of them.
yeah,
There
on
are
the
two
salamander.
Borgheims. Yeah.
No,
There's two salamander ones.
Not on my side.
I
Whatever.
see two salamander ones, two salamander threes, and two salamander fives.
The
same
turn
thing
order is
with the
fucked for you
orange.
guys. Then I can.
twos.
No, like on the map, that's what they're labeled as.
Oh yes, yeah. That's not important. So,
Okay.
that's just for me keeping track of stuff. Shoots out with a 16 to hit against Borgheim, which does hit despite this spell that they had cast previously. Let me just double check with that.
Phil, I'm not gonna cast Bless. It's not worth it right now. I'm gonna cast Searing Smite and lift these guys.
Yeah,
on
no, it still hits.
fire.
So that is going to deal a number of damage to them. Sorry, I've got so many tabs open, it's so hard to navigate them. Where is the dice?
Oh, I can do bonus action.
That is only 5 bludgeoning damage to them. And then they make a Constitution saving throw. They fail.
Poison people.
They are now poisoned.
Oh. Good thing I have a resistance against poison damage.
Poisoned. Okay. So that happens. The tongue shoots out towards Borgheim. Both of you look back and you can see them recoil against the wall and then start to look sick as the tongue embeds its poison within their body.
Wait, it just licked them?
Yes. Then this blue...
I'm imagining Yoshi.
I'm lick a tongue.
Yeah. So this one goes over towards Daffodil, stays where it is, and it's going to shoot a glob of colored liquid at you, Daffodil. And that is going to be an 18 to hit.
Yep.
Actually 17 to hit, but it's fine.
Yep.
I'm assuming that still hits. Okay.
Yep.
You take 12 points of acid damage.
Ow.
Ouch.
And it comes all over you. That was not what I meant to say. You are now covered in this prismatic spray of, well, I guess it's just blue acid that just coats you and falls to the ground and starts burning through your armor and really hurts. This salamander at the bottom then is going to turn towards Letho and do the same thing. That is going to be a 11 to hit, so that just goes wide and splashes against the wall, you dodging out of the way. In the other room, you can see that this salamander turns towards the space next to Melturge and attacks Melturge with a 6 to hit. So the tongue just goes wide, misses you entirely. This one turns and again attacks Melturge, but this time with a spray of this acid. A glob goes forward. That is a 3 to hit. It splashes against the wall behind you, doing nothing, and this other one turns towards, again, Melturge, and just splashes against the wall with a 12 to hit. I'm sure that doesn't hit.
No.
Yeah, so that happens. Next up, them again. Sorry.
Oh, God.
These guys gotta wait for your turn. All right, this guy is going to turn towards Isle. No, not Isle. He's going to turn towards Melturge again. He's going to attack you with a spray. That's going to be a natural 20 to hit.
That hits.
So that deals
Yeah, no kidding.
5, 10, 12 points of acid damage to you.
Alright.
That then goes to this one. He's then going to attack Isle with a tongue.
Oh, wait.
Isle, that's going to be an 11 to hit. So that misses. The next one is also going to attack you with a tongue. That is a 20 to hit. Actually 21 to hit. But that's going to be 8 points of bludgeoning damage. And I need you to do a Constitution saving throw. right, so that's a fail.
Get
So
really
you
quiet
are
and I
you are
fall
now
on people.
poisoned for the next hour,
Oh god.
which means you have disadvantage on attack rolls, ability checks during the poison's duration.
Does the poison take damage as well? Or
No, not this one. This one's just gonna. It's the poisoned condition for the next hour.
Interesting.
In the other room, you can see the salamander sort of turns towards Letho and does a color spray attack in his direction. An orange glob of liquid coming out. That's a 4 to hit. That misses, splashing past and sizzling down onto the rocky spikes in the pit behind you. These two salamanders in the corner, however, just sort of tongue out in the direction in the space right in front of them and seemingly do nothing. They just sort of attack the empty air.
Interesting.
What's that?
I said interesting.
Yeah. So that's going on. You guys can hear the sound of screaming and combat coming from the other rooms through the grates in the walls. That ends their go. It's now Melturge's turn.
All right. I'm gonna go after this one, this boy right here.
All right.
I'm gonna do a bonus action to cast.
Searing Smite.
Yeah. Just for the record.
All right.
Ignore that damage for now.
Mhm.
So now my hammer's
Imbued
lit
with
up.
this glowing orange light.
White hot.
White hot, if you will.
White hot heat. Okay. And then I'm gonna try to whack that salamander.
All right, go for the whack.
Going for the whack.
All right, that definitely hits. Does 10 bludgeoning damage in addition to.
Do you want to keep that 4 up there that I already rolled?
No, go ahead and re-roll it.
Okay.
Since it's rolled on hit.
3.
All right, so you do 3 fire damage to it. It's going to be a total of 13 damage. It is definitely hurt. Definitely hurt, Rita.
It's also on fire.
And it's on fire. And it failed save at the start of its turn, or yeah.
At the start of its turn, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's
good to know. All right. You guys just see their nameplates, right? You don't see anything else?
Yeah, just the names.
Just making sure, testing out the DM functionality on this. Keeping track of their
health
HP.
and everything on your side.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so that happens. You slam into it. It appears to be definitely hurt by that, crunching its bones under there, sort of igniting on fire.
I smashed it with a hammer. It's
yeah.
Like, whoa.
Is that on your turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then Borgheim is up. Borgheim is going to turn towards this other creature and is going to pull up their character sheet and cast Shocking Grasp, which is a melee attack roll, which does not hit. It tries to grab forward down onto this elusive salamander, but it sort of backpedals and crawls up the wall out of the way, causing them to miss entirely. That ends their go. Isle, you're up.
So I'm going to take my rapier out, lie down, and attack Salamander 6.
Okay. So
So you're gonna lie down?
you lie down on the ground?
No, fly down. Fly down.
Fly down from where?
I was flying in the room.
Oh, okay. You didn't make that known to me.
I was literally flying around the entire room the whole time we were there.
Okay. So you fly down, you attack Salamander 6. That's gonna miss. Do you want to do anything else? Disengage. What do you want to do? Okay, so you disengage and you move over there. Sounds good. That ends your turn. Daffodil, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna. Oh, I'm reading my spells again. I'm just gonna do. I'm just gonna stab Salamander 1 over here with my rapier.
Go for it.
Oh, okay.
All right. 11 is not going to hit, unfortunately. This little thing is too elusive, moving out of the way, darting up the wall as you and Borchheim simultaneously try and grab and stab it. It's just moving around too much. Do you want to use your bonus action for anything?
I guess I'll do Bardic Inspiration.
Okay.
On Letho.
All right, Letho, you receive a. What do you do to inspire him?
Oh, I didn't make one for Letho. Darn it. I'm gonna just pat him on the back.
Rub his shoulders.
You
Rub
pat
his
him on the
shoulder,
back,
yeah.
and then you move forward to stab.
Yeah. That's what I
Letho,
do.
you feel encouraged. Like this guy could be a cool dude, you know, and he thinks you're cool
I like his
too.
browning.
I'm gonna say, Letho, you are the Betho.
All right, take it back. You don't get your D6.
Better than the rest, though.
All right.
Give it your best. Oh.
Borchheim just kind of shakes their head at you.
Do we hear this through the grates?
Yes. All right, so that ends your turn. Letho, you're up.
Okay. So this salamander here.
Yeah.
He attacked nothing last turn, right?
He seemed to attack you, but miss entirely.
I think the bottom two.
The bottom two just sort of attacked the air in front of them.
Okay. Can I move into this space?
You can move like halfway into it. It's like there's a pillar dominating 3/4 of that cube. Yeah.
That was my last Bardic Inspiration, by the way.
Okay.
I'm going to use my right action.
All right.
Which I put in here.
Bonus action. You now have 1d4 right damage.
I will
Max health is
reduce
lowered.
my max 4.
Okay. So your sword begins glowing hot and curling with flames along its length.
And I will make an attack on Salamander 2.
All right, go ahead and roll for it. All right, 17. The salamander starts to dart away from your sword as you swing it down, but you can see the sword clips right into its arm, which should sever it. But as your sword clangs against the ground, the arm just pulls away through the sword, like phasing through it.
It didn't do any damage.
It doesn't appear to have actually hit it, despite the sword passing through its form.
They're non-existent lizards.
Do damage to us, but we can't do damage to them. Oh no.
Okay. Well, that's my turn.
All right, you stay where you are.
Yeah.
Okay. As all of this is happening simultaneously, you guys notice in the room with Borchheim, Daffodil, and Letho, you see that right before you swing down at this salamander, it sort of seems to explode with this radiant light and crush against the ground and look up and hiss at you. But you hadn't attacked it yet, and then you swipe down and the sword sort of phases through it. An odd behavior. Then going back up to the blue guy's turn, Salamander 1 is then going to tongue Borchheim again, which is a 12 to hit, which misses. Then Salamander 3 is going to shoot a glob at Daffodil. That's going to be 22 to hit, which is 6 points of acid damage against you, Daffodil. And then number 5 is going to move forward a little bit and then shoot a glob towards Letho, which is a 15 to hit.
That misses.
Misses. Okay, you bat it away, slightly dodging in your small confined space in the corner there. It just sort of sizzles against the wall and splatters against the stone, dripping down, but not hitting you. In the other room, you can see that Salamander 1 sort of tongues the air in front of him, not doing anything. Salamander 3 then launches a glob of acid towards the spike pit behind Melturge. It splashes into the wall, seemingly doing nothing. And Salamander 5 moves forward a space and then launches a glob towards Melturge, which is going to be a 9 to hit. So just splashes against the corner, dripping down the stone. And that's going to be the end of their turn. Up to the orange ones. Orange one in the corner here is going to attack Melturge with a tongue.
Wait, which one?
The one over at the top right.
Okay.
Uh,
2?
Yes.
Fire damage.
Oh, yes. At the start of its turn, it takes 1d6 fire. Go ahead and roll that.
5.
All right, it takes 5 damage. As it does, it bursts into flame a little bit. It seems to curl up and start turning black. Letho, in the other room, you notice that the salamander in front of you has started to turn black, and flames start to rise off of its body. Then it goes. What's that?
The one that I had hit.
The one that you had hit. Yes. You're not
It was
sure.
actually supposed to do
The salamanders are linked to one another.
It was supposed to do a Constitution saving throw before.
It failed.
Okay, sure.
Wait, did the fire damage that I dealt do anything?
It seems to be curling into flames, so maybe. It's going to launch an attack at you, Melturge, which is a 7 to hit, so that misses wildly. This one over here is then going to turn, and it's going to launch a glob of acid at Isle, who's kind of flying up in the corner over the spikes. That is a 15 to hit. Okay, so it splashes against the wall behind you, and Salamander 6 is going to do the same thing. And that is a 6 to hit, so it splashes up against the wall, doing nothing to you as you sort of do some aerial acrobatics to dodge it, even though they're kind of going wide anyway.
The blue ones are in our room, and the orange ones are in their room.
Letho, you have this salamander sort of try and swipe up at you with its tongue. That is a 22 to hit.
Okay.
And that's going to deal 12 points of bludgeoning damage. I rolled max on that. And you
The
need to
rooms
make
are
a
rotation
constitution.
isometric.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I'm looking at the. Well, I mean, I can't see that, but I noticed.
Okay. And that comes from temp HP first, right?
Yes, you would remove your temp HP first. That's 12 points of bludgeoning damage. And you would also need to make a saving throw. Constitution. All right, so you fail. You are considered poisoned for the next hour. All right, that ends that guy's turn. These two salamanders in the corner turn towards the door and launch globs of acid towards the door. They just splash up against the wall and start dripping down into the spikes. That ends their turn. Going up to Melturge.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna whack 2 with my warhammer.
All right, go for it.
Whoopah.
All right, 14 unfortunately misses as this thing is just too small and too elusive for you.
Okay.
You slam your hammer down onto the stone. You can hear it crack, but not making contact.
Hang on. Yeah, that's gonna be it.
All right. Borchheim is going to again try to. Let's see, what do they want to do instead of that? They've got some stuff left that they can do. He's going to turn towards Salamander 5 here, and is going to cast Chaos Bolt at them, which is going to be a hit for sure. What is their attack bonus? I know it hits, but I want to know for future reference. That's going to be a +5 to hit. Yeah, that hits for sure. So Chaos Bolt's a fun spell. We're going to roll some numbers. Okay. It's going to do cold damage with this. So that's 7 and 12 points of cold damage that is dealt to the Salamander 5. All right, so you see a beam of energy leap from their outstretched hand and carve its way over Daffodil and into Salamander 5, causing it to sort of be wreathed in this blue frost for a moment. And you, Melturge and Isle, you see that Salamander 5 in your room also appears to be shrouded in this blue frost suddenly.
Did I hear Borgheim cast a spell?
Make a perception check.
Well, okay. Or not him, but like anyone in that room.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you're too caught up in what's going on in your room. You don't notice anything happening. You hear noise, but you're not able to make anything out distinctly.
Okay.
So they are going to stay where they are. Isle, it's your turn.
I will fly over to Salamander Uno.
Okay.
Slices him with my rapier.
All right. That hits
That'll
for sure.
miss.
21 to
I
hit.
I have disadvantage, dude.
Disadvantage for what reason?
He's poisoned.
Poisoned. Oh shit, you're right.
No, I'm not poisoned. Never mind.
Yeah,
I'm
thanks for
not.
reminding me. So yeah, you're feeling lethargic and nauseous, and you feel like the attack should definitely hit, but it just kind of just glances off the stone next to it. Your vision
And
getting
then I'll
sort of
disengage and
blurred.
fly back.
Okay. Daffodil.
I'm gonna back up to right here, and I'll accept whatever attack of opportunity or whatever.
Okay. The salamander is going to swipe at you with its tongue. That's a 16 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Okay. Does 10 points of bludgeoning damage, and you need to make a saving throw.
What kind of saving throw?
Constitution. You succeed, so you are not poisoned.
Okay. And I'm gonna cast Shatter,
Okay.
and I'm gonna put it so that it's on Salamander 3, and it gets Salamander 1 and 5.
Okay, go ahead and post the spell if you can, so I can read it.
Cast. Oh, whoops.
All right. A sudden loud ringing noise, painfully intense, erupts from Salamander 3. Each creature within that radius makes a Constitution saving throw. Okay, so we'll roll for 1 first. That is a 13.
My save DC is 14.
All right, so the first one fails. Number 3 rolls fail. Number 5 rolls a 16. So 5 succeeds, the other 2 fail. So that's 3d8 thunder damage.
Which was 12.
Okay, so 12 damage. These guys each take 12. And that guy takes 6. You see in the other room after that occurs, Melturge and Isle, as the 3 blue salamanders start to recoil, and they start squealing. Yeah. As they are seemingly hurt by something, but you're not sure what. All right. So that is your turn.
Yeah.
Okay. Letho, you're up. You feeling
Okay.
nauseous?
Oh, wait, actually, I'm gonna cast Healing Word on myself.
Okay. What's the
You can
healing
do it.
word?
You can do it.
Is it Geico?
Spirit.
Okay. Spirit. All right. So you heal
1d4.
first level.
Cast
Well, I
it.
guess I can cast it, yeah.
There you go. You heal 3.
3 plus spellcasting ability modifier. Which
Okay.
is Wisdom, I think, right? Charisma?
Yes. Charisma.
Charisma. So 7.
All right.
Okay, now that's my turn.
All right. Letho, you're up. You feel sick to your stomach.
Okay. So I'm not allowed to take any actions with knowledge of the other room, right?
Not unless you know about the other room, but your
Can
character would not.
I make some? So the thing in front of me like caught on fire or
Yeah,
whatever,
it
right?
seemed to be like a delayed hit from you almost, but it was weird because the damage sort of happened before you made contact,
I would like
and you saw other
to.
things in the room just start taking hits.
I would like to make a roll to determine if in the other room the salamanders are mimicking the same movements. They're in the same. I mean, I can see as a player, they're all in the same formation and
Yes,
attacking the
you're
same
not
thing.
going to be able to discern that as the character, but you can discern that you did not actually hit Salamander 2 when you hit it. Like your sword just went straight through it like it was an illusion.
Okay.
So you would
Um,
probably be able to guess that trying to attack the orange ones is not a good idea.
is it just like, could I move it?
You could try, but it seems like your
You
sword
can
didn't
try
make
going into
contact.
its space.
You could do that.
Okay, I will
Or you could
move
try and
on top of
communicate
it.
with the other room. Okay, so you step over onto it, you put your foot down on top of it, doesn't seem to react, and your foot goes straight through it.
Okay. I'm going to move away from it. Well, does it attack me?
Doesn't seem to care.
Okay. Uh,
I'm gonna go get a sandwich.
All right, you use your sandwich action. You get one back after a long rest.
um, okay. Which one was hit for 6 and the other two were hit for 12? Which one
It
was the 6?
seems as though the one straight ahead of you has resisted the effect of the cold
This
blast
one?
or the shattering blast. Yeah,
This one here. Okay.
that one seems to be worse off than the others though.
Okay, I will. Can I move into this space with the?
Yeah, you can sort of duck around the pillar and get to it.
Okay.
You gonna attack it?
I'm going to circle around it and then make an attack.
All right, go for it.
Down the-
All right, 21 definitely hits. So does 23, but disadvantage. Gotta remember that. But you do successfully hit it despite the poison flowing through your veins. That does
I'm
10
gonna
damage
re-roll
to
the
it.
2. I'm
Okay.
gonna re-roll the 2. I choose, right? I choose which one to pick.
I don't know if you choose.
Look,
Double check. It doesn't
only
matter.
one
The
or two
damage
is
kills it.
rolled from it. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I would have just laughed if you had re-rolled it and it didn't end up killing it though.
I have the right damage too.
Okay, yeah, you've got extra D4 fire, but that's not relevant. You slam your sword down onto this one, this time cleanly cutting it in half, fire erupting from each side of the tear and consuming it as it sort of disintegrates into this liquid and spills out into a puddle on the ground. Is that on your turn?
Do I have any more movement?
Yes, you do.
Okay, I'm gonna move right here.
Okay, that's good. All right, it's up to the blue guy's turn. This guy is going to tongue out at Borgheim again. That's going to be 20 to hit, dealing 11 points of bludgeoning damage. They need to make, well, I guess they're already poisoned, so they don't really need to make a saving throw. It's 11 points. So they are looking hurt for sure. Then Salamander 2 or Salamander 3 is going to turn and tongue Letho. That's an 18 to hit.
That hits.
And that's going to be 7 points of bludgeoning.
Right.
And then up to the blue guys or the orange guys. Melturge, the one in front of you, is going to try and tongue you. That is a 15 to hit.
Nope.
Okay, and Isle again, The two in the corner are going to try and glob you to death. That's a 16
Yes.
and a 9. So they fire wildly. All of you see those actions reflected in their other rooms. Salamander 1 swipes against nothing in the corner there. Salamander 3 turns over to the corner and sort of tongues out and doesn't hit anything. Salamander 1 is cut in half and is engulfed into flames all out of nowhere, and falls into a puddle on the ground. And then in the other room, the tonguing happens in the corner, and Daffodil, 2 color beads of acid, orange in color, fly over your head, not hitting you.
He's on a sandwich break.
Yeah, that's all right though. Melturge, you're up.
I'm gonna whack number 2 again.
Whack him.
Give him the big ol' whack. Oh.
Miss. You slam down and it just kind of dodges out of the way again.
Yep. That's it.
Okay. Boardchime is going to try and cast Shocking Grasp on Salamander 1, and misses.
Wait. Did 2? Wait, 2 did. Okay, did 2 do the fire damage?
Is it still on fire? Right. Make a
Yeah.
saving throw. That is what type of saving throw? Constitution?
Yeah.
13.
Nope.
So it
That's
takes
14.
fire damage. So that's going to be 6 fire. Oh no, I rolled for that. You roll for it.
Okay.
All right, 3. Sad face. All right, so it does start to burn a little bit more.
Okay.
You guys see that it starts to burn in the other room. Boardchime fails the Shocking Grasp, does nothing. Isle, it's your turn.
I will. Going to. I'm gonna throw one of my daggers at Salamanders.
I am back.
Okay. Which one? 6?
down.
Okay, go for it. You pull one off of your
Fucking
belt.
Oh my god.
Christ.
Unfortunately.
That's a natural 1 and a natural 20.
Oh my
by the way.
god, that is. Yeah, that's disadvantage in the nutshell. So you launch the dagger forward and it just kind of clangs against the floor as you clutch your stomach, almost retching from the poison.
Well.
Do you
that
want to
was
try
unlike-
and maybe hide up in the corner there? I'd say you have enough stuff interfering that you could possibly do so.
I will try to hide.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check. Also with disadvantage. Doesn't matter. All right, so you're fine. You assume that the salamanders don't know your precise movements, though they do know your location. Daffodil, you're up.
You had an 11 damage dagger throw.
Okay.
Would have been more than that.
I am. How does Letho look right now?
Letho,
Mhm.
he's looking hurt, but not terrible. He's looking pretty hurt, but not that bad.
Can you see
Okay.
our health bars as well?
Yeah.
Then I am just gonna go and attack Salamander number 1.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah. Stab him with a pointy end.
All right, and you're not poisoned, so that natural 20 and natural 1 actually works in your favor.
There's got to
Wow,
be something wrong
another
with this
one.
program. We're getting too many.
Yeah,
natural...
it's a little
20.
fucky. I don't know if I trust it, but I've used it enough that it's had a spread where it's not done that before, so I think it's just
It's
we're getting
done it
lucky.
twice in less than 5 minutes.
That's possible. It's possible. We'll keep an eye on it. So that's you double the damage on the dice, so that's actually 11 points of damage that you do with your rapier to this guy. And it seems to be very hurt by this. You stab it through its neck, and it just barely pulls away from it. It's hanging limply. There's something hanging out of the neck. It's also blue. It's not red anyway. But yeah, that's what you do. Is that end your turn?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Letho, you're up.
Okay, I will second wind.
Okay. So you roll. You get what 8 plus 1 back, or do you get con bonus as well?
It's just fighter
Fighter
level.
level. So you regain 9 hit points.
Don't you also have my bardic inspiration still?
Yeah, I do. I haven't missed though. What else can you use it on?
Damage.
You can't
and,
use it on damage with your current,
You can't.
not unless you're College of Valor,
Oh, okay.
which you are not.
I will make an attack on Salamander 3.
All right, you do so. Go ahead and swing down your sword against him. And unfortunately, he slams against the wall, bouncing off of the vertical wall and scraping down the side to the right of the salamander. Not quite judging the distance correctly. Do you want to say where you are?
Yes.
All right.
Just wanted to test that to see what it does.
Salamander 1 is going to, again, try and tongue board chime with a 16 to hit, which does hit, dealing 7 points of bludgeoning damage to them. Then Salamander 3. Borchheim looks really hurt. Is going to
He
attack
wanted to
Letho.
come in here.
That misses. You see Salamander 1 in the other room attacks the wall. Salamander 3 also attacking the wall. Salamander 2 against Melturge. That's going to be a 14 to hit. Right, it does the Constitution saving throw. It fails, so roll your damage.
Kill it.
Okay, it burns away into fire. It dies and falls into a pool of acid on the ground. Orange in color. The
Would have
donuts
missed that attack anyway.
are orange. It would have. And the other one in the other room also disintegrates. And then it goes to Salamander 4, who's going to launch another globule at Isle. That's a natural 20.
Oh god.
He gets disadvantage though because I'm.
You are hiding. So he does. Do you have disadvantage against creatures that are hiding, or you just can't attack them?
He can't
would
see
have
me.
he would have disadvantage, yeah, because he knows you're there. So that's going to be a 19 to hit instead. So
God damn.
so it negates
You
the
gotta
crit.
get out of your way to dice. Get a new pair of dice.
I only roll shit when I'm rolling for board chime. That's
Exactly.
11 points of damage.
Voodoo magic going.
The big woman.
It's 11 acid. And then Salamander 6 is also going to try and shoot a glob up there. And that's going to be a disadvantage as well. That's a 4, so it already misses. Yeah. So it's a 8 to hit. Just splashes against the ceiling beside you. Doesn't quite have the vision it needs to get you. That ends their go. The other guys also do that in this room, as usual. Melturge, it's your turn.
Do I have enough room to like get behind him a little bit?
Yes.
All
Sure.
right.
You can squeeze up in there.
I'm just gonna do that.
Okay.
Hello, buddy. And then give him a big ol' whack.
Wait, how can he be in there though?
It's a small lizard. He's like up against the wall.
Oh, never mind. I was.
Yeah, he's focused on you, and I'm just kind of like, imagine me just going like, Mission Impossible, right? Like, duke, 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 just going along the wall and then behind him.
Okay. So you attack him.
Yeah, give him a big ol' whack.
All right. Are you gonna do Searing Smite, or is that a spell? Okay. So you
22.
you have advantage?
Am I flanking?
No. With whom?
No.
It's 4.
What?
You're not flanking, Tim.
I'm not flanking? Alright,
No.
never mind. I'm just
Flank,
standing right here.
flanking requires someone to be attacking with you.
Oh, that's right. Oh, you're right. I
Yeah.
forgot about that. Okay.
So
Yeah, no,
you
I'm just gonna stand in front of him then, and then whack
all right.
him.
You do so. You smack next to him, just barely dodging out of the way, an inch away from his face. Unfortunately.
That's unfortunate.
All right. Board chime is gonna fucking try the spell again. Rolls a 4. Board chime's done with their turn. That was quick. Isle, you're up. You're hidden.
I will like to do the sneak attack. Salamander 6.
All right, you can roll with advantage, which just cancels out your disadvantage, so it's the first roll. You're throwing a dagger. All right, so
Yeah.
that definitely hits. Yeah, so it does damage. You are now revealed from your location as you peek over and throw a dagger that guy's direction, but it sinks directly into its hide, burying itself deep and is now
Can I try
stuck.
to hide again?
Sure.
Now would it be flanking if I go after 6?
With whom?
No, he's got to be like across
of him?
from. Yeah.
You can't be like shooting at him? Okay.
All right,
No.
you think that you're stealthed.
I think I am stealth.
Daffodil.
Ah, yes.
Did you roll sneak attack on that dagger as well?
Oh, I did not.
Go ahead and roll your, what is it, 2d6 at level 4?
2d6.
He didn't have advantage on the attack.
He didn't need to. Well, he did have advantage, but it got canceled out. But there was an ally within 5 feet of it, so you don't need it.
Oh.
So that's an additional 4 damage.
See, so he was attacking 4?
Yes,
Salamander 4.
that's how I interpret it. That's
Wait,
the
it was
better
4 or 6 that
circumstance.
you threw at him?
4,
It was
6,
4, guys. It was 4.
Okay.
I'm going with 4 because it's more favorable, despite probably you having said 6.
I'm gonna cast stab with my rapier.
Okay, go ahead and I'll make its saving throw. It has an armor class as a result. Go ahead and roll for it. All right, and again, natural 20 and natural 1.
Okay, just getting
Wow.
ridiculous.
So you brutally end the life of this putty creature that then falls onto the ground into a big splorp of acid, which is a new word I made up. You kill it successfully. Then what?
And then I revel in my victory.
Okay. You revel in your victory for the remainder of the turn. Letho.
I will squeeze into this spot here.
Oh. Well, I guess never mind. I guess I could have moved, so I could give him.
Yeah. You're distracted by your having killed it, though. You have to think of that next time.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to make an attack.
Okay. You swing your greatsword down.
I do. 14.
14 unfortunately misses. As you swing it down, it just kind of cascades off of the rocks, sparking a little bit. That's it. That ends your turn?
Yep.
All right, it's that guy's turn. He's going to turn and try and tongue you. That is a 17 to hit.
That hits.
All right, you take 6 points of bludgeoning damage. And then this guy turns and attacks the wall. Then Salamander 4 is going to try and tongue Melturge. He succeeds with a 20. You are now tongued. You take 7 points of bludgeoning damage and need to make a Constitution saving throw. All right, you pass. So you're not poisoned, but you do take the 7 bludgeoning.
Got it.
Now, Salamander 6 is going to shoot another glob of acid in the direction of the hiding bird. Disadvantage, that's going to be a 7, so that misses, splashing up against the roof. The other 2 acting in turn in the other room. That ending the Salamander's go. Melturge.
Give number 4 a big ol' whack.
All right, go for it.
Opa.
That was your roll? Okay, yeah, you hit.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
didn't see a notification for it popping up. I just kind of looked and it was there. So you deal 5 points of damage. Is that it?
Yeah.
All right, so you slam down onto it, crushing it a little bit, but it still seems to be resilient. It's still up. It's still moving. Borgheim is going to move over towards Salamander 3 and is going to attempt to strike it with Shocking Grasp. That is definitely going to hit this time.
Finally.
So we've got a number of 1 lightning damage.
Well, wait. I've been messing this up the whole time.
Huh.
I think. Hang on.
What?
Oh, wait, maybe not. Hang on.
Should you be
Okay, never
adding
mind.
+1 to your damage because of your...
I am already, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
It was doing it automatically, I just didn't notice.
Okay.
Okay.
So he does 1 lightning damage to Salamander 3, who now can't take reactions until the start of its next turn. Would be. Borchheim is going to move behind Daffodil because he is low on hit points. Isle, you got any more daggers?
No, I don't. I will fly over behind Salamander 4.
Okay.
I will hit it with the rep here.
All right, go for the attack. That hits just barely. It just notices you as you swing, having been distracted by Melturge, but you do catch it right behind its left flank, stabbing it through. You do sneak attack because you're flanking. All right, so you end this creature's life, stabbing it and essentially skewering it and turning it into a kebab. But before you can roast it, it turns into a puddle.
And then I'll disengage.
All right, you disengage and you fly back up above the spikes. Okay, that ends your turn. Daffodil, you're up.
Gonna move here.
Okay.
Gonna stab.
As soon as you do, Borchheim sort of like shrieks. All right, go for it. You have advantage, so that's a crit.
Nice.
So you deal a total of...
My last 3 attacks have been crits, haven't they?
Yes, they have. But you also have had advantage on at least one of them. This one.
Just this one.
Yeah. Okay, so you deal 9 points of piercing damage to the creature. It's definitely looking rough.
If Phil were to get downed while flying over those spikes, would they impale him?
Yes.
Yes.
I see. Good decisions.
All right, is that on your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. Letho, you're up. This creature before you is definitely very hurt.
I will attack it.
You go for it.
Surprise. And I miss.
No, it's a.
Oh, I have advantage.
You have advantage, so it's a 14 still.
Wait, no,
Yeah,
but
it's-
he's poisoned,
so-
so it just cancels
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, so unfortunately it's not enough.
Oh, I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Do I need to roll it or?
You do.
You roll a d6.
Yeah, I know that. But what if it was if his DC was 15? I wouldn't need to roll it. 'Cause
Oh,
it's
I see what you're saying.
Well, that would be too much information. Okay, so you do manage to hit with your 19. So that would be the same damage, 9. You end up murdering this small creature, turning it into a puddle.
Can I attempt to gather the acid into one of my empty vials?
You could do so if you had a free action to get a vial out and then another action to scoop it up. But not on this turn. But in lieu of anything else, that ends your turn. The salamanders are out of initiative because they're dead. That just leaves one in the corner who is going to continue lobbing acid at Isle. That is an 18 to hit. That is 9 points of acid damage. As it launches another orange blob at you, it covers your coat. You guys look like Splatoon kids covered in these different colors of paint.
Nice.
And I guess that's its turn. It's just gonna move over here. And then Morgheim Felturge, you're up.
More time Felderage. That's my name. I'm gonna go back to here.
Okay. You hit it.
Number 6, a big ol' whack.
Give him a whack. All right. You successfully hit it and deal 10 damage.
Nice.
You slam your hammer down onto it, cracking one of its ribs. Don't ask me how. All right. That ends your turn. Borgheim is going to run forward. No, he's going to stay where he is. And he's going to cast Firebolt on Salamander 4. Rolls a natural 1 and slams it into the torch, igniting it further. It is now brighter in the room. Beautiful.
Salamander 4.
6. Yeah. Okay. That is Ayel's turn.
I will try to hide.
Okay, go for it.
and
Okay.
I will go over here.
Okay. You
What?
see it follow you with its gaze.
God damn it. I will attack it with
Okay, you're flanking,
A
so you have
rapier.
advantage. That still misses.
Fuck.
So you
And-
try to stab at it, but you're feeling woozy and thinking that flying is maybe not the best idea while drunk on poison.
And then I will stay there.
Okay.
Give my buddy advantage.
Daffodil. What do you do? Alan.
Sorry, what? Oh, I guess. Did I notice that the bolt just went through it?
The
He
bolt?
missed.
The firebolt.
The
Or did
firebolt.
he miss
He
completely?
missed completely and hit the torch.
All right, then I'm gonna go over here and attempt to stab.
All right, go for it.
Oh darn, I missed.
Yeah, you it goes wide. You don't even hit it. All right. Next up is Letho.
Okay. Now I'm gonna pull out my vial.
Okay. So you go
And-
into your pouch, you pick up an empty vial that you purchased.
and I will attempt to fill it with the acid of my enemy.
Okay. I'll let you use your bonus action to try that. Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check. All right. I'll say that's not good enough considering you're poisoned, and that's a 7. So
Just
you,
vomit.
yeah, you bend down over the stinking pool of acid, and then you suddenly feel an urge to retch, and unable to resist, you just vomit all into this acid. It's
Ruining the acid.
slightly
I'm gonna
green and
vomit
yellow.
with acid over here and then wait.
Okay. So you step up, you stomp through it, splashing it everywhere. That brings us to the salamander's turn. It's going to attempt to turn towards Isle and tongue him. That's a 19 to hit.
It.
God.
That's
Damn it.
that's 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm down, boys.
All right, Isle gets slapped in the face with a tongue and just falls back limp, dropping their rapier
All
on
right.
the ground.
Um.
That ends its turn. Melturge, you're up.
Wait. It also makes an attack on Daffodil.
Daffodil is in the same spot. You're right. So when it turns towards that way and does that, Daffodil, oops, that is 12 to hit, so it does not hit you.
Oh, it makes a different attack?
Yes.
Okay.
So a tongue comes out towards just about eye level, but not quite as tall, and you dodge out of the way.
Cool.
Melturge.
Am I technically flanking it now?
Yes. No.
At
not anymore.
last.
Not anymore. Because
No,
your
'cause
ally
I
has
went
fallen
down.
unconscious.
Oh. Okay. That
All right.
misses.
That just barely misses.
Yep.
I'm assuming that's it. Borgheim is going to attempt to firebolt it again. This time rolls a 9, or no, a 10. It misses. Isle, make it that saving throw.
Where's it?
Core stats.
Yeah.
I found it.
You
Okay.
succeeded on 1. Daffodil, you're up.
So if we'd only entered one room, what would have happened?
You don't know.
Like,
Stabbing.
like the door hasn't got like closed yet, right? Even the blue ones are dead.
Correct.
You mean
That was my attempted attack, and
Oh.
I'm gonna give up after that.
Okay. Letho. Scoop,
My God, just kill the damn
Yes.
thing.
go ahead and
for
make a
the
sleight of
scoop.
hand check.
Letho at this point has figured out that the orange ones aren't a threat, right?
Yeah.
Letho could tell me.
He looks over his shoulder. Don't worry about it.
Daffodil ceases to worry about it.
But maybe move out of the way.
All right, go ahead and make me a sleight of hand check. All right. You drop the acid vial into the acid in front of you. It is now submerged in a pool of acid.
Good, it filled up. I'm gonna pick it up.
Okay, you pick it up. You take 2 points of acid damage.
Worth.
All right, you cork it up. It's still coated in acid. You try and clean it up the best you can with your armor. What cloth you have? Your cloak, I
2
guess.
more points of acid damage.
Your armor is slowly deteriorating. Your
Little
AC
bit, yeah.
goes down by 2.
By like 8. It just eats away entirely. All right, that ends your turn.
So wait, what do I call it? Vial of
Vial
acid.
of acid. Vial of blue acid.
Baloo.
All right, Salamander.
Oh wait,
6.
before I end my turn,
Okay.
I'm gonna move over here.
All right.
I mean, actually, that's not. Why would I just said don't worry about it.
Okay. You go over there. You would have gotten hit by gotten
I
another
know,
attack
yeah,
against
yeah.
you.
'Cause he would've hit
Melturge.
Melturge.
He attacks you. That's 17 to hit.
Misses.
All right, there you go. You bat it away with your shield as the tongue comes towards you. Death in its eyes. Go for it. Your turn.
Wapap. Fuck.
Wapap misses.
Alright.
Board chimes.
Alright.
Throwing another firebolt.
Can I
Miss.
try to move this time?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over here.
All right. Takes an attack of opportunity against you. That's a natural 20.
Oh my god.
We're gonna be trapped in this room.
That's 12 points of 12 points of damage. Wait, yeah, it's a crit. 12 points of bludgeoning
Still
damage.
up. I'm still
And
up.
make a constitution saving throw.
I forgot
I think you have advantage on it because you're a dwarf.
I do.
You do succeed, so you're not poisoned.
Wait, can we see into that room? I forgot.
No, you can't
You can
see into
hear.
that room. You can hear
Huh.
what's going on. If you guys wanted to shout to each other, you could. All right, that ends Borgheim's turn as well. I'll make another death saving throw. Pass. Daffodil.
I'm gonna stop worrying about it, as Letho said,
Okay.
and I'm gonna walk over here,
Watch
and
out
walk
for the
over here,
vomit.
and walk over here, and then I'm gonna be done.
Okay, you walk around. Letho.
I'm gonna scoop up some more acid.
Do you have another vial?
I have two more vials. I'm gonna drop it into the acid.
Okay, you drop it into the acid, and as presumably
and then I
pick it up.
think
You've used your action to fish it out, and your bonus action to your free action to drop it in, bonus action to fish it out.
Yeah.
All right, you take another 2
clean it
points of
enough.
acid damage.
Actually, I want to try doing a cantrip and pointing it, doing true strike on the salamander number 6.
Okay, and that just gives what your next attack advantage against the creature.
Yeah, but it gives me insight into its defenses. So do I have insight into it now?
You feel as though its biggest weakness is that it cannot see you. All right, it's its turn. It's going to turn. It's going to glob a unit of acid towards Melturge.
Okay.
That is a 23 to hit.
Does hit.
That does 9 points of acid damage.
I'm down.
You were down.
What?
Uh-oh.
We're both dead in this
What the
room,
hell?
boys.
Where are
This
we?
is how our campaign ends.
I had 2 HP.
What the hell?
I was gonna do cure wounds and then do a cantrip to try to spike him.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So, as you fall unconscious, you see the orange salamander in your room, you guys, poof, out of existence.
Okay.
All of the pools of acid that remain on the ground disappear.
Oh, you better check that vial.
Okay, I checked the vial.
There does not seem to be anything inside of it.
I think the room reset.
Are there crystals above? Not that I know. But...
You see now hanging from the ceiling 6 orbs of glass filled with
That's,
acid.
All
that's
right.
so annoying.
Well,
Are the doors back open?
The doors do open again. The
Okay.
stone plates falling into place over the spikes. You think that
Okay.
you've done it.
I'm gonna go check the other room.
Okay, you find 2 of your friends unconscious. Both of you make another death saving throw. Okay,
I'm up.
you're stable. You're not up, but you're still unconscious, but you're not making death saving throws anymore.
Um,
So,
did
Tim,
I?
make a death saving throw.
I think I still have one more.
Ooh, Tim's up. Tim's fucking up.
Tim wakes up as you guys walk into the room.
All
Could
right.
we have
The
done that like
gods vested
immediately?
in
Whoa, whoa,
me.
whoa! Can we have like go back and then like when his round came up where he does that, the ritual continues.
The what?
You know how like the whole thing just reset because he went down.
Hmm.
His first death save, he gets right back up. Can we go back in time
Let's see.
so we don't have to do that again?
You know what? Fine. Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
That doesn't happen. So Melter, as this thing is poofing out of existence, you're like, wait, no, not today, not again, not all again. All right, you wake up with 1 hit point. It's your turn. Actually, that was the end of your turn, so it's not your
Is it-
turn.
Is this salamander there?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
You it's back.
But it's not my turn, so I just did it.
No, it's the end of your turn. So now it's Borgheim's turn.
All right, guys.
And you guys are stuck in that room.
Yeah. So for the sake of brevity, nothing happens in your room. It's the salamander's turn. It's going to try and attack you again.
Oh gosh.
You're
Well,
on the
that's
ground,
really
so you
silly
are
die.
it does have disadvantage because you're prone. And it rolled a 12,
Yeah, I missed.
so it misses.
I mean,
It's
wait,
now
I dropped everything, right?
yes. So your
I didn't
hammer and
hit
your
me.
shield are on the floor. What?
Oh, no, yeah, never mind.
No,
It's
your
still
AC
missed.
is not
Yeah.
12 without your shield.
I know, I meant, I saw my armor class without armor, so I got confused. Okay, we're good.
Your armor falls off.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
stand up.
Mm-hmm.
'Kay.
How does it look?
It looks hurt, but not that bad.
Oh my gosh.
Also, Isle is on the ground unconscious next to him.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead.
Okay, that's your action.
Yeah. And can I use my bonus action to pick up my shield?
Sure, you do
Okay.
so. That's
So I'm gonna
gonna
cast Toll.
be an
Wisdom save.
18 plus wisdom. Minus no, it's plus 2. It's got
Well-
a 20 on its saving throw, but it would have only done 1 necrotic.
Actually, well, I mean, that was
Yeah.
a D8. 'Cause if
Right,
it's
it would have been a
missing hit
D12.
points-
So yeah, it unfortunately succeeds on the saving throw, but the big bell bong wakes in its area.
Okay.
Then it's your turn. It's gonna go. It's going to try and glob you.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, hold on. The Toll the Dead says if the target is missing any of its hit points, it instead takes a D12.
Yes, but
I
it,
think
it
that's-
succeeded
It
on
rolled
its
a
saving
D8.
throw.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't take any damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
It's going to be. God damn it. Natural 1.
Nice.
It sends its globs towards you, but they splash against the wall behind you. You're up.
Okay. I am going to cast. Where is it? Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay.
Gonna hug myself. Give myself
8.
8 in HP.
All right, you're back up to 8 plus 1.
9. Okay, cool. And yeah,
All right, it's going to try and shoot another glob.
Oh gosh, you're gonna die.
That's 7 to hit.
does not hit, misses.
Go for it. Your turn.
All right, I'm gonna do Toll the Dead again.
Mm-hmm.
Still on. Oh, wait.
That's a fail. So you do 1d12.
All right, I'm just gonna do the D12 then.
Wow, nice. It's definitely on death's door now.
It's also necrotic damage. I'm not sure if it's
It doesn't matter.
okay.
But it's definitely hurt. It's going to try and hurl another glob of acid towards you. That's a 15.
Nope.
Misses, splashes off your shield. You slam it into the wall behind you, sort of parrying the blast. Your go. Gonna keep ringing the bells.
I'm going deaf slowly.
You find
just
him in
like
the
kick it.
room, and he's just like on his knees with his hands up against his ears. Ma. Are you doing it again?
I'm trying to think if I want to do that or Sacred Flame.
Up to you. It's a
So I
dex
don't know if
saving
it-
throw or a wisdom
It's
saving throw.
Dex. It's Dex. I'm not sure if he seems pretty.
Seems pretty
Dexy,
shifty, yeah.
So I'll do Totally Dead again.
All right, that's gonna be a 17. So no,
Okay,
it
passes.
passes.
Okay.
Roll to hit. That's a natural 20.
You're
Okay.
dead. You lost.
Not necessarily.
So that's 18
Yeah, we
points of
lost.
damage.
18 points of damage.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, Tim,
-9.
Tim, I got a question for you.
Okay.
First one, why didn't you cure wounds, Phil? Second one, why not lay down when you're done with your turn?
It's true.
That's true.
Reload. Final save. Go.
Reload quick save. Nope. Didn't think about laying down. Actually, I never said I stood up. You kind of just said
I
stand
said
up.
you stand up, and you said yep,
Oh, okay, sure.
Well, you put words in his mouth.
and he said yep.
That's okay. I could have
It was
cast.
thinking. It was a thinking. Yep.
It was
Yeah.
a question.
I should. You're right. I should have cast Cure Wounds on.
Mhm.
Phil.
Yeah, because I feel like either way, it's a one hit generally, so you might as well have two people up, also doubling your damage, and you can flank.
Good job.
All right. He goes poof.
Do you have to see a target to do healing word?
Yeah,
Okay,
I checked.
I gotcha. All right, Melturge, go ahead and give me another miraculous saving throw.
Roll a crit, please.
Nah.
Aw.
At least you succeed.
All right.
Yeah, I did succeed.
Poof.
Well, for the sake of this, because he had 4 hit points left,
He dies in his own acid.
I'm gonna
I
count.
do a death rattle and I hit him with my arm.
You roll over and suck.
Yeah.
Mother of-
Because it might not have been the best balanced encounter, I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a break.
Ooh.
I'll kind of rolls over and just impales him with its beak
In my death.
No.
as it sort of squeals in victory and then dies. Because I don't want you to have to redo the entire fucking encounter.
I
All
mean,
right.
at least we know how to do it now.
I
Yeah.
rushed into the room.
Yeah, we could just do one room at a time.
Yeah.
I doubt.
Maybe.
I think that it would do nothing unless we hit both at the same time. I think you guys just skipped over that. I mean, that's just a guess, but I would say that if you hit one button, nothing would happen.
It's something we can try.
I don't know. Do you guys wanna get rid of the Deus Ex Machina or?
Tyler, do you want to redo this whole fight?
I would be fine with it. It's just
Alright,
it's,
fine, it
it's a lot of
happens.
time. What happens?
Do you want the room to reset?
I mean, if we do it again, I would not want it to like quick load. I would want to just we recover, we rest, and then we do it again.
Right.
Yeah.
Either no cheat or the cheat is that we win.
I generally don't like,
Okay.
cheaty.
Yeah.
Fine.
I say like,
I-
all right, we
I
know what
agree.
to expect. Let's just long rest, gather our bearings, and then.
All right. So with 4 HP, the salamander giggles in victory. Isle turns around and tries to stab him with its unconscious beak, and it moves out of the way and disappears. All of the salamander puddles disappear. All the acid in your vials goes away. The doors open. You rush into the other room, and you see Melturge not wake up. Melturge, roll another death saving throw.
Another one.
You succeed.
All right. Well, all I've got is one more healing word because I only have one more level 1 spell slot.
Mm-hmm.
So Isle is stable.
Isle is stable.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm good. Heal Melturge.
So go ahead and roll it. You heal 2
Oh,
plus 4.
Oh, I don't know why I clicked saving. That one.
You add your healing thing, your modifier.
Oh, stat bonus, charisma. It's a 6, or wait, no, it's a
Plus
yeah, I
4.
think it's a 6.
Yeah, so I'm at 6. Okay, I'm up. Haha.
Yeah, I forgot to put that little plus charisma thing.
All right, I'm gonna go over to Isle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do I'm gonna do cure wounds.
All right. Go ahead and roll for it.
12.
All right, you heal 12. You're now awake, Isle.
Hello. I'm up now.
Were you doing something else?
I was sleeping. I was not passed out. I did not die. Do I lose my poison since I was down?
No, you are still poisoned.
Did I lose mine since I puked it up twice?
No, you are still poisoned. Unfortunately. All right, so how do you guys want to proceed? Borgheim is just sort of puking in the corner. I don't like this place.
I say
Let's go back to the big room.
if we can.
Let's sleep off there,
Yes.
and then
Do it
you
again.
know, gain our wit. I pick up my 2 daggers that I dropped. By the
Okay, you grab those.
way.
Out of my
And
hand.
we'll just rest, recuperate, get all your mana back, and we'll feel better tomorrow. And then we'll just come at them again, and we may do 1 room at a time if that's possible.
I think we'll be safe just like resting in here.
If we also do 1 room at a time, it might give us the chance of like having salamanders that we can't kill.
You're right.
Also, I don't know because I didn't like press a specific button to get this to this room. I don't know if it'll take us back to this room.
What?
Or because like if it's a multiple floor elevator, I just pressed one. I don't know if we're gonna get the same kind of deal.
Well, we'll see. If not, we can just rest here. I don't think anything's gonna happen unless we push a button.
Yeah, we should just rest here.
Okay, you guys all rest in this room then?
Indeed.
Yeah.
All right, do you begin a long rest?
Begin a long rest.
Okay, the evening has been long, has been harrowing. You guys are tired and you guys are wounded. You begin to wind down, setting up your various bed implements and curling up to go to sleep. Is there anything else you guys want to do before you nod off? Do you want to assign watches? What?
I'm gonna go through my inventory.
Okay,
Just go through the
you
checklist.
make the checklist. Then nothing seems to be missing.
Let's see. I'll take first watch again.
Okay.
Borgheim vomits in the corner again. Letho fights the urge to vomit as well.
I guess is their poison staying like even after they rest?
It stays for the time being.
It's like an hour.
But if you guys continue with this rest, nothing else you guys want to discuss. Letho takes first watch. The rest of you curl up into your bags, having to wait an hour for the poison to wear off. Otherwise, you would have vomited in your sleeping bags, and that would have been disgusting. And not just vomit.
I do want to ask them, like as we're going to bed, what their experience was in their room to figure out that everything was mirrored.
Yeah, I'll say that you guys take the next few minutes and you sort of corroborate the story with each other. And you guys just kind of hang out here.
Yeah.
I will remind you, though, there was something in the cart that you guys are forgetting.
What cart?
The elevator cart.
Oh. We should go look at that hourglass.
Okay, what's the hourglass
All
at?
right, you go look at the hourglass, and about 30 minutes has passed since you guys got here, and it seems to be about halfway done.
Oh. Should we get out of here? Oh, the elevator's gonna go away. We should just get back in the elevator.
Yeah. I think we should get back in the elevator.
Okay.
All right. So everyone piles
Piles
into the elevator.
I'm mushed up against
and-
Warchime again.
You guys wait here for the next 30 minutes, puking out of the sides of this cage, all over the cage, all over each other.
Can this be part of our long rest?
Yeah, it's not very comfortable, but you're not doing anything extraneous. So yeah, you guys eventually wait, and the elevator cart then, as the hourglass finishes, the sound of some sort of blaring alarm sounds more like a frog, starts to go off, and a minute later the doors close and the elevator rises. You guys find yourself in the previous space.
Cool.
Now we long rest. Da-da-da.
All right. So taking your first watch, Letho, you don't see anything out of the ordinary. Who's taking next watch? Or do you wake up?
I'll take next watch.
Okay, Melturge, you go. And as you are taking your rest, make a perception check for me.
Like while we're resting.
The rest of you are sleeping. Okay. Listening out, beyond the crackling of the torches, which seem not to have died down at any point, you hear the sound of footsteps in the distance.
Interesting that this is a hidden place.
What's
But
that?
it's a hidden place, right? Like
What
we went
is?
past the wall.
Mm-hmm.
This whole place.
Yep.
Who's awake right now? Just me.
Just you.
I wake up Letho and I say, I hear footsteps.
I'll look out the hallway.
Okay.
Peek out.
You see the stone wall from the other side, as you saw before.
Okay, I'm gonna tell him to wake up the others, and I'm gonna start putting out the torches.
Okay, so you start extinguishing the torches one by one. The rest of you are waking up, your slumber somewhat interrupted. You guys step to your feet and sort of sit against the walls, weapons ready. You hear the footsteps, you hear muttering. Do any of you speak Undercommon?
Undercommon?
Mm-hmm.
I do
No.
not.
Doesn't sound like it. Okay, so you guys hear something in a language that you don't understand. But the torches go out, the light goes out. Some of you are left in darkness. 5 minutes go by. You hear more footsteps, they get closer. The
I'm
muttering
gonna whisper.
continues.
I'm gonna whisper that we should get back in the elevator.
What do you guys do?
Look for their reaction.
Doesn't sound like too many people, so I don't know if that's the best idea to go back down.
I don't think that that they can follow us once the elevator's gone.
Well,
We
it's
don't
true,
know.
but we'll be stuck
What-
down there for an hour.
Well, I'm not saying we take the elevator. Just get in it and get ready. And if they find us, then we go down. How close does that sound?
I ran.
It sounds within 15 feet of you.
Okay.
How long is the hallway?
So you guys start, what are you doing? You just running to the elevator or what?
As quietly as possible.
Quietly.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're all sneaking away towards the elevator. Everyone make a stealth check.
How long is the hallway like to the brick wall?
To the brick, to the
To the stone
brick wall? You mean outside?
Yeah.
It's only about 15 feet.
Okay.
Okay, so we got a 9, a 24 on stealth,
Oh boy.
a 6. You guys are no longer poisoned, by the way, so you don't have to roll with disadvantage.
I think that's just because of my armor.
Yes, you would be rolling with disadvantage. And a 13. Let's see. Fortunately for you all, as you guys, some of you making scraping noises against the stone as you move to the elevator car. You don't hear any sounds of pursuit. What do? You're on the elevator car.
Wait.
I'm gonna get off the elevator cart and then move right here
Okay.
and try to be hidden.
I guess I'll move across from him in case we need a flank.
All right. The rest of you just kind of sitting on the cart.
Yeah.
I will fly into the corner above him.
Okay.
You're gonna be on top of me.
So you are trying your best to stay quiet, floating in the air, doing a good job.
Oh.
A minute passes. Another minute passes. 5 minutes pass. Nothing seems to be coming.
I sneak
I'm gonna
out.
go back out and take a nap.
I'm gonna grab my bedroll and I'm
Mhm.
gonna bring it back into the elevator room.
Okay.
I guess we're sleeping in here.
All right.
How
so
would you know, bitch? You can't see? Or how do you know where your bedroll is?
You're sort of feeling around in the darkness. You can't see anything.
Is there any light coming from?
I'll go out and get Daffodil's fucking bedroll
Thank you.
and bring it in.
And mine.
I don't
Before
mind
Board
pass out.
Chime
And my
says,
axe.
"Hello." Help.
So yeah, I'm gonna roll out my bedroll, but I'll keep watch and then.
I don't have a bed. Board Chime starts stumbling out into the darkness.
I
DND.
whisper.
I go out and grapple him.
Did you have a bedroll at all?
muffle
They
him.
did have a bedroll.
muffle
You
him too.
grapple and muffle this person, and as you put your arm across their chest, you can definitely feel two supple breasts.
I don't question it.
You don't see them there, but they, like, the folds of their robe don't match up with their physique.
I don't question it, and I start pulling him back.
Okay. All right. You pull them back, and I guess they just curl up on the floor.
Yes.
Wait, but the folds of their clothes, do you mean like you feel them outside of the robes?
Sorta. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take my warhammer and I'm gonna like push up against their chest
With the
until
warhammer.
like yeah. I'm gonna until I feel
Trying to make
resistance. And
noise.
I'm gonna stop.
Okay, so they curl up to go to sleep, and you taking watch as everyone else has started to go to sleep as well. You kind of like push
Very
forward,
lightly.
and you feel resistance before you reach the robes, and then they kind of like stir. Let's see if they wake up.
And I pull back and just like
Okay,
stand up against
they kind of move their eyes awake and grab their chest or in front of it, and they look at you.
All right,
What
what's
are you
going on?
doing?
What
What are you doing? She says.
Keep in watch.
Keep your watch to yourself.
What? I am. Just trying to cup a feel.
They stand up and they quietly walk out into the room and sleep on their bedroll.
All right.
I'm passed out.
Okay. The rest of your watch passes without incident. Who do you wake up next?
Letho.
Letho took first watch.
He
You
wakes
go
up
wake up
anyway.
Letho,
Push him away.
and he's like,
push him
"Wait, what's
away.
going on?" He just pushes
But-
you away.
All right, then I'll go to Aisle.
Isle, you feel
Bird
someone
boy.
prodding at you.
How hard is the product?
Progressively harder until you wake up.
And it's not with his dick.
I guess I get up
Okay.
and make my watch.
All right, you take watch. Your watch passes without incident. And soon all of you have slept for 6 hours almost. Hold on. One person needs to take another watch for Letho to get his full sleep. So I guess
Well, it's me.
Daffodil gets woken up. Your watch passes uneventfully. Presumably in the morning, you're not sure what time because you came down into these caves. At night, you're not sure what it would be now. But you all are woken up by Daffodil in the morning with a soft tune on their lute.
Is that a new original?
Yeah. It's called Mourning.
Like
Something.
after a dead person? You mourn for them?
No, the other one.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I'm familiar with mourning. I'll let you determine which kind.
I've seen many a morning in my time.
I can't see at all right now.
But the sun is shining. Oh, wait. So, you guys wake up. What do you do?
Cast light on
Go
my
through my
warhammer.
checklist.
Okay. Nothing seems to be missing.
I whetstone my greatsword.
All right. Shing +1 to damage.
I play my lute.
I don't have.
Oh no, wait! I play my flute.
You play your flute. The sound echoes through the empty halls.
Oh, I don't do that.
You play like a note.
I recast what is it? Blessing of the Forge on my warhammer.
Okay.
So just 1 bonus to attack and damage.
Sounds good.
I prepare one of my mutagens, the one that gives me resistance to bludgeoning damage,
All right.
and then I drink it.
Gotcha. And just as a note, anyone who has temporary hit points, you no longer have them.
I think
Oh.
they're all-
Actually,
Oh,
I'm
God.
going to mentally inspire people, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe you should
Everyone
do that
gets-
before we push the buttons. It doesn't matter.
No, it's fine right now.
Okay.
Okay, you guys pack up all your stuff. Then Daffodil puts on a show. You gain 5 temporary hit points. What number of them? Equal to charisma. So 4 people. So
Yep.
the 4 of you.
Everyone except
Forge.
Yeah.
All right. Do you guys keep the torches out, or do you light them again?
Just
I think
leave
we'll
them out,
keep
I
them
guess.
out.
Okay.
I have light on my hammer. The guide
Gotcha.
the way.
So then after that, you guys proceed down the steps.
We got full health, right?
Yes, you guys full health, full spell slots.
How many?
You get half of your hit dice back, rounded up. So 2.
So that'd be all of them.
It'd be
I
2,
used
yeah.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I suppose you guys load yourself onto the elevator. Then you press the button and you descend. You then
Yep.
find yourself in the same circumstances before.
I'm
Cool.
going to do my right and give myself fire damage.
Okay, you now have fire damage. Borgheim speaks up and says, as per the discussion of what was going on last time, I would suggest you can see and hear through the slots in those stone doors. So maybe if someone were to stay out here, they might be able to heal those that fall through the door. Potentially.
I guess I can give everyone a healing word whenever they need it.
That
I
would
stay out
be
here.
good.
And I can cast some spells from a distance.
Yes, I would also like to stay out here. However, that would leave only one person in one of the rooms, so I will go with the off person in that case.
If I cast, if I do bless right now, will it last long enough to endure the fight?
How long does bless last?
It's a minute.
Depending on if you cast it like right before you guys sprint into the rooms, then potentially. It's up to you. It's also
I'll
concentration.
I'll probably just wait.
Okay. So how do you proceed?
How should we split up? Try to balance our.
I guess I want to, before someone goes through, I want to cast heroism on them right before we do the thing.
Okay.
But I guess who would be good to give heroism?
So you guys got to
The person
decide.
that's going to the one room by themselves.
Well, there's going to be 2 and 2, because Borgheim is not going to just leave someone by themselves. But you guys got to decide who's going with who into which room.
We need one
Who's gonna
melee in
cast
each.
spells?
So Melturge and I have to go in different rooms. But the secondary person is up to them.
Wait, they gain temporary hit points equal to your spellcast ability at the start of each turn.
They don't stack though. Temporary hit points are always replaced. So
Yeah,
if you
right.
already
It's
had
just
temporary hit points,
replenished
you
every
just
time.
Yeah, got it.
currently everyone has 5 except for Board
Yeah.
Chain.
I don't know.
And then this would give you 6 instead.
Okay.
Oh,
Your spellcasting modifier is 6.
oh, sorry, a 4. Never mind. But I mean, still, it would be better than having just 5 that don't replenish.
Right. Who's? Is it concentration?
Uh,
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
hmm.
Yeah. Then who would be best? Honestly, I think probably Isle or Letho. I don't think I need it.
Okay, I'll give it to Isle.
Okay.
What are you giving me?
I'm touching you.
You're a hero. I need a hero.
You are now a hero. Or you have heroism.
What is
Well,
heroism?
I mean, right before you
It's
go
on the
through.
side.
It's
on
on the
the
side.
side.
It's replenishing temp HP.
I do that right before we start, so like not just now.
Okay, so who's going where?
Who's going with me?
I'm going in this room.
Isle, which one do you want to go with?
I'll the bottom
Okay, so
I don't
Borchheim
know.
goes with Melturge.
The big woman.
She grumbles at you.
So
She,
I took the
as you go
lead.
into the room, she pulls you aside, Melturge, and says, "Look, you don't tell anyone."
I say, why?
Is your first name Mulan?
Is it kind of echoey? Can I hear this going on?
She's intentionally being quiet.
Can I hear it though?
But I'm no. But I'm
Can I
stage
hear
I'm
someone
stage
intentionally trying-
whispering, so I don't have to whisper. You can make a perception check if you want.
Yes, that's what I want.
All right. Yes, you hear hushed whispers, but you're not sure what to make of them.
Okay, hold on. I come back
But
into
you do
this
hear
room
the
over
voice
here.
of a female. You come over
I
there.
come up. I'm going to take out an oil flask and hand it to Melturge
Okay.
and tell him to throw the oil in this corner. And then when the lizards spawn, have Borheim cast fireball on it. And then I go back.
Can do. Borchheim says.
Okay,
And,
so I say,
and I shout, do it before the fight starts, so you have an action. Don't question it.
so fire before or
No,
after
the
fight?
oil before, the fire after.
Okay.
So I need you all to carefully describe what you do and in what order and how long you're taking to do everything. Because some people were saying they wanted to cast certain spells before we rushed into the room. You guys wanted to throw stuff and cast things into the room. What are you doing?
I think my bless. Hang on, I'll check bless real quick.
Okay, that's. I'll meet up with them in there.
They're
tell-
within range. If I go like right here, is Isle in range?
Maybe you'd have to do the calculations.
Actually, I can do it to 2 people if I do it as a second
Yes,
level
Isle
spell.
is in range.
You'd have to stay in the corner though.
Just for the beginning of bless.
in range of what?
To cast bless. So if I stay in the corner, so I can throw the oil, it's gonna stay. I can throw the oil now, and then I can have Borchheim push the button, and then Letho pushes the button at the same time, and I cast bless on me, on myself, Isle, and Letho, because I don't trust Borchheim still. So myself, Isle, Letho will have bless, and then we can go from there.
Okay, is that the
So,
only?
Okay. So when you're doing the countdown, it'll be like 3, 2, and I'll do my blessing at like
All right, so you're gonna
begin-
bless a Daffodil instead of Borchheim, who's in one of the rooms.
not Daffodil, Isle, Letho, and myself.
Do you can only do 3?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna bless those. Is anyone else doing any spell preparation?
I'm
Um,
going to,
Oh, no, go ahead.
I'm gonna put an oil flask over here.
Okay.
Just like
Yeah.
set it down, I guess.
Okay. Who's gonna light
And
that
then
one?
I'm
You.
gonna have my tinderbox ready to go and prepare an action to throw down.
Don't you have the right activated on your sword as well? You might be able to ignite
Oh,
it with
okay,
just a
yeah,
swing.
yeah, okay. I'll use my sword then. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll prepare an action for that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw the oil down over here
Okay.
right now.
So you both toss your oil down. It's a flask of oil. It coats a small area, the 5-foot radius.
Can I draw it out?
Yeah, go ahead and draw out those 5-foot radius little circles.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put heroism on both Isle and Letho since they're in the same like room.
Okay.
And it's a touch spell.
Is it a concentration or a duration?
It's concentration duration.
Okay, so you can only concentrate on one spell at a time. Can you target multiple spells with the
It,
multiple
it
targets?
says at higher levels, so you can target one additional
Okay.
person.
So you cast it at the higher level, mark up the spell slot.
That's
So I'll say as this unfolds, that's a larger radius than, well, that's whatever, it's fine.
Radius of 5, so that's about.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, that's all right. That's good. So you put your splotches of oil down. Daffodil runs in, touches both you, Letho and Isle, and casts heroism. Runs out of the room. Melturge casts bless as Letho runs towards Isle. You guys are all.
There too.
You guys get bless. You're concentrating on bless. Daffodil's concentrating on heroism. So those are concentration marks. You guys all have bless, which we'll say is yellow.
I can't do another spell while I'm concentrating, right?
You can, you just can't do concentration spells.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Okay.
And then you have heroism. Okay. All right, so that happens in a flash as you guys run in and do this. Daffodil runs out of the room. Letho is ready to strike at a verbal signal, I suppose. Bergheim holds a fire
What's
bolt.
the symbol on myself for?
The symbol on your
the-
what?
What's like the symbol that me and Daffodil have?
That's concentration.
Concentration.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You're squinting and turning your head to the side.
All right. So.
I guess you guys shout.
Forward time. Push the button on the count of 3.
Oh,
And
I'm supposed to
yelling
press
really
the
loud.
button? Okay.
I'm pushing the. I'm saying,
Isle,
and
get ready to
Letho.
push.
All right, Daffodil, count us down.
Isle,
1,
get ready to push the button.
I'm pushing the button.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Boosh.
You guys push the buttons. As you do, you hear. It gets really loud. The glass orbs begin to quake. The doors close as they did before. This time pink. Whatever. You guys understand what that is. And then the glass orbs shatter, and suddenly all of those same lizards are back.
Yay!
Exciting.
Yeah. All right. There they are. Okay, as they appear, Borchheim unleashes a firebolt. Letho swings down with his sword, both igniting the flasks of oil. Let me see if there's anything specific that does. Five fire damage. An additional for 2 rounds. Fires damage to any creature that ends its turn there or starts there. Once per turn. Okay, sounds good. All right, so immediately salamanders 4, 6, 3, and 5 take 5 fire damage. So I will reflect that. And then I need everyone to roll for initiative. I guess I misinterpreted which ones took the damage. It was 1, 3, not 5.
Do I get anything for a natural 20 on initiative?
You get 20 plus your dex.
Sick.
All right, so go ahead and add those. That's 22.
Alan, how'd you get your name to say Daffodil, but you're still Alan in your portrait?
Because
Um,
his token's name is Daffodil.
At the bottom right, it says as, like in the below the
Oh,
chat box.
I see.
Because I can't roll this command.
Oh yeah.
All right, yeah,
Right.
I like that.
Yeah, and it uses your wait. Oh, okay, that's weird. Never mind. Okay. So that
No, I
is
liked Tim's other picture. Go back. Who's switching
Oh,
it?
no.
It was Jesus, and then it was a dwarf, and now it's Jesus again.
she casts mage armor.
I see the little dwarf in the chat box, but not as his.
Yeah, I like the dwarf.
Yeah, so I
don't
guess
think
that's
of
because
Jesus when I
my name is linked to my
Oh,
Go back to how it was. I want to see Melturge.
the dwarf.
Yeah, that way I know what you are when I'm thinking of your character. And you're not fucking Jesus.
Hingadingadurgan. It's Leif Erikson Day, everybody.
The name of my people.
there's actually a Leif Erikson statue, like in the park over here, which I thought was kind of neat.
That's cool. When is it
Better
Leif
go
Erikson
take-
Day?
Huh?
When is it Leif Erikson Day? Oh, we light
Oh.
the torches. I'm assuming you guys did that too. Okay. Anyway, fire explodes. There's some fire now. It's not actually explosive. It's just kind of bright now. And then that happens. So next in our initiative order, we have the salamanders.
By the way, Leaf Erikson Day is Wednesday, October 9th.
Gotcha. Good to know. All right. Salamander 1 is going to shoot a ball of acid at Isle. That is an 18.
It's
Starting off strong.
here we go again.
8 points of acid damage.
Ah, shit.
Then Salamander 3 is going to tongue out at Letho. Tongue out at Letho. Actually, it starts its turn. Both of them take an additional 5 fire damage. Sure.
And if they end their turn in it.
Yes. Well, only once per turn, but yes.
You said it was
Okay.
8 points, right?
Yes. So that's an attack against you. That is a 22. You take 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
This is legend? Or I mean
Yes.
Letho, sorry.
Yes.
Okay. Is this with resistance?
Do you what current mutagen do you have?
I will use it again to show you.
I didn't see you use it in the chat. I saw the crimson right. Unbreakable
It's-
bludgeoning damage. Yep, I got it. So yeah, you resist that, so it goes down to 4 bludgeoning, but you do need to make a Constitution saving throw.
You also have bless against that.
Yes, so you
Con
get to add a D4 to your attacks and saving throws, I
Saving throw.
believe.
Well,
Nice,
it's a
natural 20. Sweet. So you don't get
Does
poisoned.
he get poisoned?
At fucking all. You see him start to vomit a little. You're not sure if it's poison or what.
My mutagen, it went inside his tongue.
All right. This one moves forward and it's going to try and tongue you. That is a 7 to hit, so it misses. This guy moves up. Those attacks happen in the same fashion. On the other side of things, then that is Melturge's turn.
Does Salamander 1 over here attack the wizard?
Oh yeah, he was in the same spot as Isle, so yeah, I was thinking that was a melee attack. I gotta keep track of that better. That is a 17 to hit, which does hit, so he's gonna take some damage as well. That's 13 points of damage to her / him. You don't know.
Herm.
They're hurt. Hermes.
Androgynous pronouns.
Melturge, you're up.
All right, let's try this. I am going to cast a cantrip
Okay.
on Salamander 2.
All right, he
There.
he dies. What are you casting?
Did it actually die? Or you...
No.
Oh. Casting Guiding Bolt.
Okay. So that misses. That's also not it's not a cantrip.
Yep. Wait.
It's a evocation level 1.
Wait. Sorry, wrong one. Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
thinking cantrip.
Be careful.
There you go.
All right, right, so that's a DC dexterity. He got a 22. So
Okay.
he passes. He doesn't
As a
go
bonus
anywhere.
action, I'm going to cast a spiritual weapon.
That's concentration.
You are correct. No, it's not.
Is it not?
No, it's not.
Good. Oh yeah, I
He-
see it. Nice. Okay, great. That makes it
Okay.
even better. I love spiritual weapon. Where are you putting it?
I am putting it
I'll give you a token.
right. Okay.
We'll make this.
What?
That's your spiritual weapon.
Can I have a kind of control?
Yeah.
There we go. Putting it right there.
Okay.
And let's see. When I cast a spell, a creature makes a melee on the hit. It'll make wait. When you cast a spell, you can make a melee spell attack
Yes.
against a creature.
Yeah. So which one are you targeting? 3 or 4?
2. Like
2.
why can't I do
Yep.
2?
2.
Okay.
So you attack 2. Go for it.
Yeah.
That was
Is
a
it a
21 to hit. That hits. So it does 9
Okay.
damage to that creature.
Force.
Gotcha. All right. That ends your turn. We go up to Isle. What do you do?
I would I'll like fire.
Okay, you fly over there. I shouldn't have let you be a flying creature. It's so overpowered.
Really not, because I don't get any advantages to anything else. Like
Yeah.
I don't get any.
Yeah, I just have to design my dungeons around, oh, you can fly. Great.
I mean, we're in an enclosed space. It's not.
No,
like
right
you
now
get,
it's
like,
not a big
thing.
deal. It's just a...
Well, you're not supposed to, hinder one person. You're supposed to let them use it.
Which is
So they
why
can
I shouldn't have
experience
let
their
you use it.
character.
Because I'm not gonna do that. It just means that things are
Why
gonna
not?
not be able to do... Not gonna hinder you intentionally. Because that's dickish.
I got a 24 hit.
Okay.
I got 6.
On 5? Okay.
Yes.
Do you do sneak attack as well? Because he's got Letha right next to him. So go ahead and roll 2d6. All right. 16
Nice.
points of damage. That one looks really hurt, really rough. Is that in your turn?
Yes.
All right. Salamanders, the orange ones are up. They're going to send a glob at Borgheim. That's a 15 to hit, which I believe hits. Okay. So they take... Jesus Christ. 14 points of acid damage, going down to a very low amount of hit points, at which they are very hurt. This guy is also going to attack them with a glob of acid with a 16 to hit, dealing an irrelevant number of damage because they are unconscious. I guess that's
Wait,
not the right
what?
symbol. Borgheim goes down.
Wait, what?
Why does he go down?
Wait,
'Cause
what?
He just got hit with a shitload of damage.
Have the
I like how
salamanders-
these guys can one hit us now, guys.
Well, they rolled max damage on the second strike, and he only
have
has
they
30
taken
HP.
they taken their fire damage yet?
These ones at the start of their turn, they'll take more, but they've taken some already. So yeah, they take some now. Borgheim is now unconscious on the ground. You can see that their form shifts. Melturge, you now see a robed female character with long blonde hair
I just
lying
yell
down on the
out to
ground
her,
with a hat.
hoping she can hear me. Go, ha! Knew it.
She can't.
Do I see it
Salamander
from here?
6. From where? From on the elevator?
Yeah.
No. You see them fall through the grate, but you can't see anything beyond there unless you rush forward. So that's going to be 6's turn. 6 is going to lob an acid ball at Melturge. Let's see.
It's a pretty far distance.
Yeah, it is. That's going to be a 12 to hit Melturge, and
Sure, me
Letho,
too.
you're also in the path. That would be a 22 to hit.
That hits.
So you take 9 points of acid damage.
How are we doing even worse?
Wait, I have 10 HP.
Bad rolls. Letho,
Wait,
you're up.
I have heroism, right?
Yeah, what does
Yeah.
heroism do
It gives me temp HP over and over again.
at the start of your turn?
At the
So-
start of his turn, 4 temp HP every turn.
Okay, so
When I
you
got
had
hit
4.
initially.
You had 4 because when it gets cast, it starts. So you got hit for less than that. So that would have been how much damage did I say?
I took 4 bludgeoning damage the first time, which
Okay.
drained my HP.
Yeah, so you
and
had
then
none.
And then I had my turn, right?
Yeah, so
I went back up to what number?
you're currently taking your turn, right? Or did you
No,
already take your turn?
I just got hit. I just got hit.
Okay, so you took damage. Now it's your turn. You gain 4 temporary hit
And then
points.
I took 9 acid damage. Right?
Yeah, before you got those.
And Phil, you've also got heroism.
Yeah, I know. I have
Okay.
34 HP, and then I'll have 4 temp HP when I get to my turn.
Gotcha.
You guys are also blessed. Don't forget.
What does Bless do again?
You get a D4 to your attack rolls and saving throws.
So super useful for the Constitution stuff.
Yep.
And if you're just
And attacks. It's nice. All right, Letho, you're up.
Okay. Which one looks the most wounded near me?
The one between you and Isle is pretty hurt.
Okay. Okay, I'll make an attack against that one.
Okay.
Where is my weapon? There it is.
With advantage, that does hit because you are flanking
Sure.
it. Assuming Isle is low enough to the ground that you can be considered flanking, so you end its life.
And there's the right damage.
It's
Not
irrelevant.
that it mattered. And then I will move. Actually, if I move,
You might
if I move
leave an
up
attack
one door-
range.
okay. I'm going to move anyway.
Okay.
Move down.
Ah, I thought you said up.
I was going to, but that's where Melturge is.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know that, do I?
No.
I don't know that.
So you're gonna go up.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go up and then do your attack.
That's gonna be a 16 to hit.
That misses.
All right, so you dodge out of the way of it, going up next to this other salamander.
Then I'm gonna go up one more
Okay.
and unfortunately occupy this space.
Okay. And that's your turn.
And then I'll just yell over. Actually, no, I guess Phil can't get there because it's on fire. So I wouldn't do that. I would sit here.
Sounds good. Then we're up to Daffodil. Daffodil, what do? You saw a board chime fall to the ground after a ball of acid hit him. Okay, you run forward, you look through the door, and you can see a woman lying on the ground, covered in acid. Hello.
Alan?
Sorry, I was just talking. I had my mic muted.
Okay.
I said I don't know this woman, but I'm not going to help her. But that was a joke, and
Okay.
you guys didn't hear it. Anyway, I'm going to cast Shatter on in the area of Salamander number 4.
Okay. So
Just so I can.
it's a what? Dexterity saving throw, or Constitution? Constitution,
It's
right? Yeah, I think so.
spell info. There we go.
Yeah. Okay. So the first one fails, second one fails, third one passes, just like the last time. So go ahead and roll your damage.
It's the 13 in there.
Oh, I see it now. Gotcha. All right. So that is 13 damage to these two, and then 6 damage to this one.
And then I'm gonna cast a Healing Word.
All right. So back up with
Ooh.
8 HP. This character gets on up. They are now awake.
Are they still woman?
They are still a woman, and she gasps and like puts her hands on her body, like on her belly, and like sort of sits up and then supports herself with one of her hands again, looks around and sees where she is, and starts to get up. Does that end your turn?
Yeah, that was everything.
Okay. Borchheim is then going to.
Actually, I'm gonna move back over to the elevator so I can kind of monitor everything.
Okay, you do so. Borchheim stands up with half their movement, then moves. Let's say. No, they're gonna stay where they are. No, they're gonna move here actually because they understand what's going on. So they're gonna go over there. They're going to cast a firebolt at Salamander 2. That is a 16 to hit, which does not hit, just barely. So it goes wide. Nothing else for them to do. They just kind of are going to lay onto the ground. So they are now prone. Then it goes to Salamander 1, who's going to turn and strike at Letho. That's going to be 13 to hit, which misses, and then with disadvantage on Melturge, who's kind of in the path. That is 13 and 13 plus 5. That's 18 to hit Melturge.
Does hit.
Okay. So that's going to be 10 points of bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make a saving throw with advantage plus a d4.
Saving throw, advantage, plus d4.
Yeah, you pass. And then I also need you to make another con saving throw, but this time without advantage, but you still get the plus 4, plus 1d4. Go ahead and roll that 1d4. All right. Well, unfortunately, the tongue going wide and slamming across you just barely as it goes for Letho in the other room is enough to break your concentration on Bless, despite it being a glancing blow. You are not poisoned, but Bless does fade.
Does he take? Did the salamander take fire damage?
Yes, he does, and then the fire fades immediately after.
Okay.
So there's no more fire there. All right. So that happened. Now it is the other guy who's going to turn towards Isle and try and attack him with a 13 to hit.
Yes.
Or 14, but this doesn't matter. It's gonna miss anyway. And that happens. Great. That ends their go. Now it's Melturge.
Okay. I'm going to move to over here.
Okay.
And cast Toll the Dead on Salamander 2.
Okay. It rolled a 2.
Okay.
So roll a d12. All right. You end it. It's good. It's dead.
Cool. Bonus action. Do attack roll for my sword on 4.
Okay. The oddly weird looking sword turns around and slashes down at 4. That misses, unfortunately.
Plus 1d4.
It misses, unfortunately.
Actually, no, I don't think it. But, no, actually, I lost my bless, so whatever.
Yeah, your bless doesn't happen.
It's okay.
Isle, you're up.
I will.
Wait, can I also move the sword?
Yes. Up to
Is
20
this
feet,
still
I
on
think.
fire?
There.
No, it is not. It is burned out.
Would I be flanking if I'm here?
No, you would not be flanking in that position. The salamander's up against the wall. Letho would have to be squeezed up into that space. But Letho is within melee range of it, so you would get sneak attack on it no matter what.
Is this one still on fire over here?
Over here.
It's about to go out, but yeah.
I'm gonna go over there. Slappy slap with my.
All right, 11, 11, 11.
I get sneak attack, right?
If you
Bonus
hit, but
damage.
you don't. Yeah, you don't hit. So unfortunately, your rapier stabs next to it, doesn't quite hit, bounces off the stone. You want to stay where you are?
No. Right.
Gotcha. So you move over there. And that ends your turn. Goes to the orange one's turn. This guy burns to death. This guy is critically wounded, but still alive. The fire goes away. It's going to glob a lob of acid at Borgheim, and that's going to miss. It's going to slam into the wall behind it. Ends its turn. I guess I deleted the token. I shouldn't have deleted it, but it's whatever. Letho.
Going to move right here.
You squeeze in, seeing the tactical advantage of squeezing yourself into a corner. You attempt to attack.
Do indeed.
All right. Unfortunately, that's not just not enough to hit it. It's a little bit too small. It's
Fucking
moving
hate
around.
Really?
Yeah, it's got an AC of
Or
17.
AC 17.
Uh,
Anything else?
Fucking redonk.
Uh,
That's it?
I believe so. Yeah, that's it.
Daffodil.
let's see. I'm gonna come over here. Checking in, and can I see Salamander 1 and or anything like that?
You can't see Salamander 1, but you can see Salamander 3.
Okay. I guess I'll cast my my Shatter again.
Okay.
And I'll do it on Salamander 3.
All right, sounds good. Salamander 1 rolls a natural 1. Salamander 3 rolls a 13. So both of them fail. They are obliterated. Both of them are exploded by the AoE damage.
Okay. 4, 5. I guess I'll move back over here, and then I can see Melturge over there.
Yes.
So I'm gonna give him a Bardic Inspiration.
Okay, Melturge, you hear through the gap.
Don't think I
Mel-
need it, but okay.
I don't know what to say. Melturge, you're made of metal. Come on, man.
It's not
I
true, but I
am
like it.
Metal Man. All right. So with one enemy remaining, next up we have Borgheim. Borgheim, what do you do? Borgheim is going to cast fucking yeet on the creature. Misses. Like
Yeet is a spell.
Like always, no, it's a firebolt. It reaches out and doesn't do anything. It's now Malturge's turn. Tim.
Destroying a creature.
Tim.
Okay. It burns. Okay. I'm gonna do. First of all, I'm just gonna do my spiritual weapon.
Okay. Miss.
Okay. Cool. And then I'm going to do a cantrip.
Okay.
And it's gonna be Toll the Dead.
Okay.
So
It has a 14. Wait, is it wisdom? 16.
wisdom, yeah. 16. You said 16?
Yeah.
All right, it fails.
You have a higher DC than 16?
No, so I fail. Sorry. So
Oh.
it succeeds.
Okay. And that ends your turn?
Yep.
If you had
And now it's
attacked it with a
Miles'
weapon,
turn.
you could
Not
have.
necessarily. It's got a 17 AC, so.
Yeah, but you have the Bardic Inspiration.
True.
I will
Oh,
use
yeah.
my talons on Salamander
Number 4?
I mean, you
The
know
wall
it's
is
not.
Number
still
4.
up.
Number 4
Yeah.
is gone.
The wall is still up though, right?
What's that?
The wall is still up.
Yes, the wall is still up. The only one remaining is 6 in your room.
Oh, well, number 4 was.
Yeah, I had forgotten to do that.
Well, I will come over to number.
I think the implication was we just discussed beforehand that it was
Yeah,
like
there
they
was
weren't real.
on the way back to
Maybe.
the elevator. We discussed that they were.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
But there's nothing else for me to do here, so I'm gonna hit it with my talent.
Go for it. You hit critically, passing
But my
directly
damage
through the beast and not seeming to touch it at all.
If it were a double crit, would he have like hit it through its link?
Maybe.
I was a 19 and a 20.
That was pretty good. Okay. Now it's the salamander's turn. It's going to glob and slob on the cob like corn at Borchheim. That's a miss. Letho. I guess I'm not gonna waste your time.
I gotta go
Melturge.
prone. I go prone.
You go prone.
All right.
No, Borchheim goes first.
Dang it.
He's going to
Borchheim.
roll.
Wait, what happened to
He
me?
hits. Yeah,
What happened to me?
you get to go as well. You're not isolated. So what do you want to do?
Let me make sure I actually still have a spell that I can kill it with.
Do you have like a cantrip?
I don't think I have any
It
damage
looks almost dead.
but let me check. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna cast fairy fire on it.
What?
Okay. All right. It starts glowing with some purplish flames.
Wait, I think you have to have. Does it have a saving throw? Let me.
You're right. It is a saving throw. I keep forgetting that's how that works. It fails. Wait, dexterity? It succeeds. You rolled a 17. So yeah, it's didn't work.
Our heroism fades as well. It's concentration.
That's true. You did cast
Oh,
another concentration.
Well, you guys are okay.
All
Whoops.
right. Well, that's fine. Guess now it's Borchheim's turn. Borchheim hits with a firebolt and does 5 damage, which is the amount of HP it had.
Nice.
So Borchheim kills something. Beautiful.
Second time's the charm.
Well, 15th, but oh, I guess you're talking about succeeding in general, not her missing every time. All right. Great. So you've successfully defeated all of the lizards, which are salamanders. All of them are now pools of acid on the ground, and then suddenly all of them. Let's see. Let's read what they do. Okay. As that happens, the stone pillars at the center of the room begin to glow, and all of the acid pools on the ground start to rise into the air as little tendrils that start seeking towards the pillar, and they all start shooting into the pillar and then forge themselves into a fragment of what looks to be a key, which then solidifies and is resting now on the stone pillar.
So what would have happened if I had some in the vials?
I mean, you already knew.
The vial would just float away.
That might have shattered the vial. Either way, there are key fragments now on the stone pillars. The doors open.
Yay!
I grab the key fragment and fly out as fast as possible.
Okay, you do so.
I checked the time on the elevator.
Okay, it looks like there's still at least 5/6 of the time remaining.
Nice.
All right, so you all gather the key pieces. You gather yourselves in the room. Borchheim complains that they're very hurt, and is also now a woman.
I
thought
say,
she disguise herself again.
Oh yeah, she does that before she goes out into the middle. Good thinking.
I mean, I thought she like put her hand on her stomach and disguised herself again.
She did not do that yet, but she does so now before she
I say,
breaks
what-
up with the rest of them.
what happened to that woman in the room that I healed?
It
I-
was
I
an
kinda said-
illusion.
I said you're looking at her.
It was an illusion. You
Oh, okay,
saw
so it's-
nothing.
It's Borchheim.
It was fake.
Everyone has their secrets. Leave it alone.
All right.
Which has the
Yes.
days.
Listen to whoever this is. I don't know your name.
I put my warhammer and I let it and I push against her chest and it stops.
Roll an
Would you
attack.
stop that? She slaps you. That's a natural 20 to hit.
Critical
Yes.
bitch slap.
Critically bitch slaps you for 2 damage minus what her strength is. Let's see. What's her strength? Oh, it's actually 4 damage. She slaps you across the face.
Well, I
Goes
was
down.
was about to heal them, but I will now not heal them.
All right. What do you guys do?
'Cause,
Did you guys
Huh?
take damage in there?
I took
Yes.
about a quarter health.
All right, I'm gonna cast prayer of healing. Gather around, children. I shall tell you the word of God.
All right. So you guys gather around. The next 10 minutes, you wait.
wait, what's the word?
Oh fuck. The word
Jehovah.
is God is good.
It's
All the
Read it.
time.
All
That is such a bad roll.
it is really bad.
6.
1 plus 1.
It was 2 ones.
At least it's better than nothing. You know what? Fuck it. She drops the disguise. She says, "All right, fine. My name's not Borgheim. I'm not an old man, and I'm not a wizard."
I think we knew that.
Yes, clearly it was very poorly disguised.
We're all up in your lifestyle choices.
Does
Okay,
anyone
so
else
I
want to
guess-
touch my boobs while we're at it with their weapons? Good.
I know a certain dragonborn that would want to do it.
How'd you get that italicized?
Okay, use markdown. All right, so you guys wait here for 10 minutes. The prayer finishes. And I guess Borchheim just says, "Well, I suppose the stupid name that I came up with is not going to continue. My name's Nala."
You know somebody named Simba.
No?
Mufasa?
No. I don't know who you're talking about.
Scar?
It's not a fucking Lion King reference.
But her name's Nala.
So? Hey, Daffodil, you know Poppy? You know Orchid? Yeah, that's what I thought. It's just a name.
What if Daffodil actually does know Poppy and Orchid?
Then color me corrected. I don't know. Let's move on and stop typing in chat.
Road doesn't rhyme with mime.
You know, it doesn't
It's a
have to.
limerick.
There once was a girl named Borchheim. Tweet, tweet, what an idiot loser, geez. She disguised herself like a mime. She got in a fight, fell to a bite. Now she ain't white. Now we left her ass on the road. Melturge, test your boob all the time. What a shitty limerick.
10 out of 10.
And on that bombshell,
You guys have the 2 key pieces.
I fly
mend
up
them?
the elevator shaft.
You can't. It's blocked.
I fly to the elevator
Mhm.
and tweet at everybody. Get the fucking cart. Tweet, tweet.
I'm the
Melturge
only one that
understands.
understands.
Yeah.
So I get in the car.
All right, so everyone gets in the cart. You've got the 2 fragments. What do you do?
I'm
Wait,
gonna.
Oh, we
well,
need a
press the button.
third. I thought we needed 3 fragments.
Are there any places to put these 2 in the elevator?
There are 3 keyhole slots, but you don't have a complete key. You have 2 key fragments.
I'm gonna mend it.
Okay. Do you take the 2 key fragments and you try and shove them together?
But no, I'm gonna cast mending.
On what?
The keys.
Where are they?
Who's got the keys?
Are
Two
they
halves
two
of a broken key.
different key fragments?
Yes,
Or are
they're,
they
they're
like?
two different key fragments. Both of them are green, I think.
No, I mean like, are they the
Do
same
they
side of the key, or are they like
They look like they're
opposite
different
ends?
halves of a key.
do they fit together if I
Different halves
You
of the
you
same
you attempt to
key?
put them together, and they immediately fuse together automatically.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well.
You wasted mending.
It's a
Oh yeah,
cantrip anyway.
cantrip.
Good.
Whoop-de-doo.
All right, so you now
You-
have a green key. You insert it into the green key hole and turn it, and then the door, as you guys pile in, begins to close as you press the button and now descend further.
Should we rest again?
Don't think we have.
The Speaking of which, the timer, the little hourglass, as soon as you press the button, all of the sand that was falling down goes back up to the top, and it begins pouring down again from scratch.
Neat.
So now you guys find yourself in a new place,
As elevators do.
as elevators happen to do. You are now in this room.
It's so
By the way,
different.
just a playtime keeper. What time are we planning on going till?
We can stop now if you guys want to come back to here the next time.
That'd be fine. I mean, if we're gonna get into
You guys
like
are at a
another
stopping point, yeah. All right, we'll pick up there next time.